talk a little bit about Ava Tyson and specifically the Shadman stuff. I know we talked about the third-party investigation, which found no wrongdoing in like a legal sense from that perspective. A thing that a lot of people care about is Shadman's a fucking freak and is a disgusting person. Did you know about the painting? Have you ever interacted with Shadman before?
To be honest, I didn't really think too much of it because we just had like a lot of anime posters and things up. And yeah, knowing what I know about Shadman now is a very weird thing to buy. I'm not really sure why she bought it.
So we're gonna check out Rob's Media. All right, Rob's Media did a new video on idiot influencers. We've checked out the series. We've seen some of the stuff Rob has posted with like denims and Frogan. I don't know if Frogan was one of them, but we definitely saw the iDubbbz and Mike from PA one. That was really good. This says it has the Goon Squad, Kris Tyson stuff. That's lore that some of you guys might not know about. Now, I don't think that we need all of this because there's stuff that we're pretty, I guess, fluent in. There's a whole part in here, like Chud Logic is involved, and I want to watch that for sure. So we're going to skip around, but obviously, as always, in the description or in the chat, we'll be placing links here so you can check it out yourself and watch the parts that we don't watch because
Mr. Oreo.
Yeah, this video is likely going to be good enough to watch on your own or whatever. You should be watching it like that anyway, but... So I want to start from the beginning because I'm interested to see the Chris the Meme God stuff. And then from there, we'll just kind of go by section. See what we're going to skip, see what we're going to play. Warning, video contains material not suitable for all ages. I do want to mention, I already kind of briefly said it, but I want to mention, this video was removed by YouTube, and I don't know if this is the version that was removed, or if there was another version of the video that was uploaded, and the original one is still kind of pending. I guess pending review, or it was taken down. It wasn't just age restricted, it was like deleted.
Oh, I want to lay in a snake pile.
You did, in a bathtub.
I did. Not these snakes, though. These snakes are dangerous. The snakes that bit me didn't have any poison in them.
Maybe they did, which would explain a lot.
Welcome back to
Jesus Christ, dude. Great clip. Also, while we're doing this, we are going to be playing as MrBeast in Fortnite, because I feel like that works.
Idiot Influencers. Today, I want to document all of the allegations that came forward against Ava Kris Tyson, MrBeast's longtime best friend.
So this is like, anybody ever watch the Gamer from Mars video that goes through all the allegations made against MrBeast that kind of touches on these? This is like a good sister piece, I imagine.
So many allegations came out around the same time, leading to some confusion, and a lot of details being overlooked or flat out forgotten. I'm going to do my best to present these allegations in one cohesive narrative, and explain why I think Ava is one of the most reprehensible people on the internet.
Okay. Chris the Meme God. Isn't that like an original alias?
Our story begins with Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast. He had always wanted to become a YouTuber, creating his first...
Everyone always forgets that Jimmy was a commentary YouTuber before he became like MrBeast. Also, I got a suspicious package today. Why am I saying it like that? I don't think we could talk about it yet, right? Another week we could talk about it. There's a cool thing going on that it's the collab thing that's happening. That's a thing that's going on. It's not like a collab, but you know, yeah, it's coming.
First channel in February 2012, and his first...
By the time this video comes out, I might as well just put it in.
Ever subscriber was his best friend, Kris Tyson.
Me and Jimmy first met when we were in I think he was in middle school, I was in high school. We were kind of the only kids that really liked YouTube and really enjoyed talking about it. And then one day he said that he wanted to start a channel of his own.
The channel was started of mostly Minecraft and Call of...
Dude, I feel like every interview and like how you started a YouTube channel is horrible. Like every single one of them. Whoa!
Though, over the course of a few years, we'd see skit-style videos pop up. Most infamous being his Worst Intros on YouTube series, where Chris would make frequent cameos. Mind you, this is during the mid-2010s, when YouTube was at its edgiest.
I dare you to say something controversial.
Chris, I was thinking about robbing a store.
You can't do that. You'll get shot, Jimmy.
Alright, I feel like I know what he's gonna say. I feel like I know it, but I shouldn't say it.
I'm white.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
When Jimmy started shifting to his challenge-style videos, Chris was still right there with him. He was seen as the...
Dude, that's like Bo Black's. Unironically, that's Bo Black's when he found out racism. Oh, fuck, dude. I just realized that, like, there is, like, a lot of hatred in this country towards black people. I didn't know.
He's second in command on the MrBeast channel, the Robin to Jimmy's Batman. Chris was viewed as the Southern Macho Man, a former Boy
Oh, God.
Scout who is also incredibly religious. In May 2018, he announced his marriage to fellow influencer Katie Farquhar, a Christian Instagram model. Their relationship was mainly seen through Instagram posts. Though she briefly appeared in the MrBeast video, I gave him 1 hour to spend 100 grand.
Alright, Chris.
I never actually saw, like, Kris Tyson's wife before.
Have fun and bye-bye, baby.
Guys, seriously, this is not for me. This is for my sister. I am not having a child. Me and Jimmy are not pregnant.
Chris, I think this would
I think he was having a kid. I think that was happening. That was a thing that was former wife, yes.
be good for your sister's baby.
It's my sister.
She's having a boy.
Alright, this is the crib.
Yeah.
Alright, so Chris, how much did you spend?
We spent $1,101.
People are like, oh my god, Nick, her name is Ava. It's like, I said Chris. You can hear the K in my voice. It's different than the C's. You know? You can hear me saying Chris with a K, okay? It's just easier, gosh.
That's really like your sister.
Chris's son, Tucker, would be born a year and a half after this video's release.
Alright, did anybody... Okay, I might actually have ADHD. I might actually have ADHD. Does anyone know what I'm referencing right now?
Your sister.
Chris's son, Tucker...
Why does he say Tucker like that? It sounds like the clip of the methed out guy from fucking Breaking Bad. Tucker! 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 When the guy's about to like fucking shoot Jesse in the head. I don't know why that was immediately what came to mind.
would be born a year and a half after this
Tucker!
video is released. This would be officially revealed in the video. I bought the world's largest firework.
Chris just had a baby, as you see here. It's really adorable, good for him. Hence why he's not here today. Here's the $375 firework. You're Chris for the day, go light. Someone give me a lighter.
Now, while Chris would still be involved in videos, he wasn't as prominent in them in order to spend time with his family. This gave leeway for a few other MrBeast members to take the spotlight, such as Chandler, Nolan, and Carl.
Chandler and Chris were like the two main dogs, right? I remember when the MrBeast YouTubes dropped, alright? Back before YouTubes was collaborating with fucking Stranger Things and they had like Ricky Berwick's fucking asshole.
Nicholas the GOAT,
Thank
you for the $5, my man.
It was Chris, Chandler, and it was MrBeast.
Despite trying to rebrand the MrBeast channel as family-friendly, his edgy past has sometimes caused him trouble. First relates to a now-deleted MrBeast video, replicating the old attack helicopter meme. Now, for you younger people in the audience who don't know this meme, it's a
I think Chris has the pass now, right?
copy pasta that comes from a TF2 user in 2014. I sexually identify as an attack helicopter. Ever since I was a boy, I dreamed of soaring over the oil fields.
There's not a single person who has not made the attack helicopter joke. I refuse to believe it. Maybe, alright, there's not a person who was alive during this era who hasn't made that joke.
Dropping hot sticky loads on disgusting foreigners. People say to me that a person being a...
Okay, I've never heard the entire one. I sexually identify as an attack helicopter. I thought it was an Apache helicopter, but that's the only part I've heard. When the fuck did the rest of this... When was this part of it?
Dropping hot sticky...
I'm learning new things right now.
...loads on disgusting foreigners. People say to me that a person being a helicopter is impossible and...
Has anybody ever heard this entire thing?
I'm fucking retarded.
Why is he reading the whole thing?
But I don't care. I'm beautiful. I'm having a plastic surgeon install rotary blades, 30mm cannons, and AMG 114 Hellfire missiles on my body. From now on, I want you guys to call me Apache, and respect my right to kill from above and kill needlessly. If you can't accept me, you're a heliphobe, and need to check your vehicle privilege.
I'm actually shocked that this went on for this long. I literally thought it was just, I am an Apache. Hey guys, haha, I identify as an Apache helicopter, and that was like the whole thing. Okay, wow. Dude, so much for the sacred text. The sacred Jedi texts!
Thank you for being so understanding.
That was so detailed. I mean, I think it's almost worse for being detailed. And not like worse as in more offensive, worse as in like less funny.
Obviously, it's poking fun at the trans community, though it's so inoffensive that it's hard to imagine anyone legitimately being pissed off about it. Though some were, with a few select troglodytes on Twitter wanting MrBeast's career ruined for it. In hindsight, this video is super interesting because it shows Chris...
Dude, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I think MrBeast, listen, alright? The helicopter spinning stuff is...
wanting to change his identity.
It's far too cringy. We can't be having that.
It shows him wanting to be the attack helicopter. Now, I can't play any clips because the video is heavily copyrighted. It seems like someone working at MrBeast has been making sure...
FYI, anyone making a video about MrBeast and Kris Tyson, the old attack helicopter clip is being copyright claimed. Worldwide block on the clip by claimant named... Oh, dude. Okay. I know what happened here. I actually have all of the knowledge of what is happening in this fucking screenshot. YouTubers began selling their backlog content. This is gonna sound fucking psychotic, but you're gonna have to go with me on this because I know, and I went down the rabbit hole because I got out of it. Okay. YouTubers begun selling their backlog to some wealthy motherfucker who I have no idea what he sought to get out of it. I guess it was just like the revenue on old videos that weren't performing well. But basically they would approach you with a big sack of cash and they would say, I would like to rent your backlog for 3 years. And then those people would have the right to claim, strike, monetize any fucking clip that they wanted, and they always came in as like spotter 1, spotter 2, spotter 3. I've never seen a spotter 2, but I got claimed by spotter 1, and I actually reached out to the person who claimed me a while ago, right? And they were able to get in contact with the spotter person they had sold their backlog of content to, and they were able to reverse the claim, but apparently that's not even how it usually goes. Apparently they usually just don't do it. And it wasn't, in my case, it was a revenue one. It wasn't like it wasn't specifically like a hide it worldwide thing. I don't know why that person would want to hide the content worldwide because they're not really affiliated with the brand, right? But the spotter people, that's a wealthy investment or a wealthy investor or a wealthy company that invests in content creator backlogs. That's what that is. You can actually find a few Reddit threads that will point you in this direction, but some of them have been mysteriously deleted. There has got to be like a good video essay on this. I'm happy to talk to people who want to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, that's what's happening
Nicholas
here.
the GOAT, thank you for the $5.
Thank you! Appreciate it. There was no reason to make the baryonyx so ugly. I don't know why they keep making these fucking dinosaurs ugly. What if the wealthy investor is Jimmy? No, I think Jimmy sold his backlog. I could ask him. I doubt he's gonna fucking tell me. But I think he sold his backlog to be rented for X amount of years, and the people who are claiming it ultimately will probably lose rights to that clip eventually. Nick made $1 million from this? No, I absolutely didn't. But I would sell it in a heartbeat because my videos are not evergreen, and I would make a killing off of that deal.
The video can't be properly archived, which really pisses me off personally. When this video is being discussed on Twitter, others would mention Jimmy's past use of the word fag, along with other jokes he's made.
Bro, why even censor it if you're gonna put like the entire word in there? You're telling me that YouTube doesn't know you just said that? I feel like I have to censor that.
Online.
That's how Lyrics would do it. He would be like, fuck. What the fuck? You piece of shit.
This information was dug up by the greatest journalist of our time,
Taylor fucking Lorenz. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I heard great journalist and I'm like, this fucker is coming in here, dude.
Lorenz. When Taylor isn't doxing innocent families and slipping on Hassan Piker's Turkish chode.
Bro, this is why we watch Rob's media. This is why we watch Rob's fucking media.
She's writing groundbreaking articles.
Oh, wait, this is the article where MrBeast was caught by, like, other journalists were reporting on MrBeast or whatever, other news outlets, and Taylor Lorenz cited herself at a different news outlet. Remember that? It's like some have been saying, and the some was also Taylor Lorenz.
Such as, YouTube's biggest philanthropist has a history of homophobic comments.
This is like my favorite Taylor Lorenz moment. Out of all the Taylor Lorenz moments, when she cites her own article as if it's like a different person, that is the greatest piece of media.
This pattern that she's trying to craft in your mind are simply just jokes he's made over the years. She cites a couple of edgy tweets like, shut the fuck up, fag. I don't have a printer, fag. And Windows says, ruined, because he said edgy shit as a teenager. Peak journalism here, folks.
Rob, you gotta put the meme in there though, Rob. Alright, so then we have the coming out stuff, which I'll leave to you, and we also have the feud with Nick Merckx. I feel like we already know about that. I'm interested in Reddit history and the Shadman connection for sure, though. That's why we're here. That's what I want to see.
These images got leaked. Chris decided to spread the word in a 2-minute video.
How's it going, you guys?
So do you remember the big Discord leak that happened? This was around the time when Chris was first exposed. And then like the Prism person was involved. They went through this Discord, they found a bunch of like shit, but honestly, it kind of died because all the other MrBeast stuff suffocated the room.
So recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photos.
Okay, never mind. I'm completely fucking wrong about this. What the okay, whoa, dude. All right, I've clearly missed like a singular sentence here that has reshaped this fucking story. Hold on, wait, whoa, dude.
Co-star had sexual images of her leaked, allegedly by her ex-boyfriend, NBA player Andre Drummond. Now, there's misinfo about Jeanette being underage, but she was 21 at the time. Still, pretty fucked up that these images got leaked. Kris decided to spread the word in a 2-minute video.
How's it going, you guys? So,
I feel like I can't criticize Kris here. I feel you really can't criticize Kris. We did an entire stream talking about Bo Black's penis leaking. Now, it was an OnlyFans penis, so it's a little different. It's less of revenge porn and more of a copyright dispute. But like everyone was on Twitter talking about Conor McGregor's penis leaking like literally this week. And that was revenge porn, right? Right? I think. Probably. I don't know if that person... Yeah, I don't know.
recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy
Oh, he linked the pictures to everyone? Okay, then that's probably not. Yeah, that's... Okay, never mind. Rescinded.
leak of her photos. And I know a lot of people were wondering about it, so I decided to do this little video to my 20 subscribers that may care, may not care, and if you guys are watching, thank you.
So he's like, check out these hot pics of Jeanette McCurdy. Is that like what happened? This is so weird. Why would you make this? Wait, what? Hey, I know if anyone's here, you want to see Jeanette McCurdy's fucking hoo-ha, all right? It's live, coming to it. Okay, cool. Okay, this is odd. This is pretty odd, yeah.
Watching it.
It's just
not very Christian of you, Kris. All right, well, listen, all right. Maybe at this point that was a pretty big deal. I don't think for
the video meant only for his measly little following.
The Christian stuff is not going to last much longer, so I don't know how much we're going to really get into that.
It's not like he crammed a shit ton of tags so that other...
What do you think he titled the video? Dude, new pics just dropped or something. Sam Puckett nudes just dropped.
People can see it.
If you want to see them, I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that...
Dude, the iCarly adult season took a crazy... Actually, iCarly adult didn't exist back then, right? Is that what it was? Because she's not in that show, right? And is it because of that incident, or is she not in that show because of her mom?
You know, people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
Dude, it's right there. Why would you make this fucking video? Guys, Conor McGregor's penis is leaked onto the timeline. So, yeah, it's link in the description. It's such a weird fucking thing. Like, why would you do this?
First off, what I have to say, though, is
oh, yeah, it was her mom. Yeah, her mom was forcing her into acting, right?
That when you look on the news, you see people, they've leaked nudes from their girlfriend at a high school, and
What the fuck? Who the fuck continues a conversation like that? I just sat down.
That girl kills herself.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Nudes from their girlfriend at a high school, and that girl kills herself. It's a tragic story. Everybody calls the guy a bully, but yeah, when people like Perez Hilton do it, it's considered entertainment. So,
is this supposed to be like a criticism of leaking nudes while you're telling everyone where they are? When Perez Hilton leaks didn't Perez Hilton like fucking do some fucking weird shit to not like do some, like physically do some, but didn't he like fucking take a picture of Miley Cyrus when she was underage or something? That guy's a fucking creep, dude.
You're gonna have to think about where the right and
it's Paris? No, Perez is a different person.
Wrong is really. And I think it's all wrong, personally. I don't think somebody should.
She didn't want the revival because she didn't want to keep being known as Sam the character. I don't know. I call all the fucking actors and actresses by their fucking names, dude.
Leak photos.
Except for fucking Pedro Pascal, because he's every character right now. Instead, I don't call him Joel or I don't call him Mr. Fantastic. I call him Pedro Pascal. But everybody else is just their name.
That were sent in trust. But I guess if that's how President Hilton wants to make his living, it's up to him.
I feel like nobody likes Perez Hilton. I feel like nobody liked this person. Nobody liked him. This is a weird argument.
Yeah, you decide if it's moral or if it's immoral. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.
That entire end monologue becomes completely useless, since they link to these leaked images in the
Guys, don't look at this.
Description. It's not
I do not support the leak and do not condone these actions. Link!
An article describing the situation or a rickroll.
Wait, is the fucking first... Is that the image? Is that the fucking image? Does he open it with like a censored version of her nudes?
It's flat out just a page containing nothing but the images. Kris will write, I do not support the leak and I am not condoning these actions. Yet all this is to me is plausible deniability. Even more damning is that as soon as people pointed this video out, it was silently deleted with no statement from Kris. People took note of the channel's
That's like the Nux Taku video.
username, TysonBoy34, which is similar to a Reddit account by a similar name. And yes, Kris is a Reddit user, which would be bad enough if it weren't for some of the depraved stuff they had on there. Kiwi Farms user slur.exe found the account due to a post Kris made themselves, when they were once again arguing with some rando on Twitter. To sum it up, someone said the old Kris would have called them a fag, to which they responded with, "The old me was a fag too," showing a Reddit post from 2015. This user definitely is Kris, as they
Can't wait for the customer complaints about the poor NPS after this. Sounds very convenient during a rush.
respond to posts as MrBeast's best friend. They also made frequent posts to r/.
Yeah, BBC cucks are already downvoting me. What does that even mean?
4chan, once writing, "Yeah, BBC cucks are already downvoting me, because he said he showered. Obviously, whoa Kris, calm down mate."
I feel like going to r/4chan is kind of cringy. What is r/4chan? Is it just talking about things on 4chan? Why would you go to a Reddit page about like an internet forum?
In another post, this time on a different subreddit, they wrote, "When I was circumcised, according
Never start a sentence with when I was circumcised.
to my parents, the doctor left some of the foreskin because my grandma forced my parents to get me cut, and my dad did not want it to happen. They described it as a half circumcision. I am the half-cut prince."
What the fuck? Why would you ever admit this? Homelander could not get this out of me. Why would you go on the internet and voluntarily tell everybody that only half of your foreskin was chopped off? Motherfucker looks like a fingernail. This motherfucker's cock looks like a fingernail.
After a couple of concerned responses, Kris responded back, "This originally started as a good Harry Potter joke. However, I talked to my girlfriend about it, and told her I would rather not have my kid's penis get cut, and she said she wanted to have them circumcised. When I asked why, she said, it's just what is normal."
This is the stuff that you guys missed during the MrBeast drama, okay? Do you feel like you need that? This is information that was fucking necessary. I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, I didn't need to know that." You're wrong. You're actually fucking wrong. You did need to know this.
It actually kind of pisses me off that we are still cutting people's dicks because it's normal. So, pretty weird things to share online, especially under your real name. Did it take this motherfucker a decade to learn what an alt account
His penis looks like the Demogorgon. Why did you say it like that, bro? That's not what I was picturing.
is? Kris
Why would they make fucking 5 incisions, dude? Or 4 incisions?
definitely jerks off without incognito mode. But this isn't the weirdest thing, as Kris would post on the NoFap subreddit about his massive porn addiction.
Takes down, pants go down.
He talks about saving sex till marriage with his then girlfriend, due to her religious background. But this dude is so horny that they'd have arguments about doing it anyways. This is when I want to bring up an allegation.
We're gonna just ignore the uncensored N-word on the Reddit post? Well, I mean, Kris said it, not me. I can't get in trouble for that.
Made by Nathan W., who will be more important later in this video.
Nathan Weddle? No way!
I want to bring up an allegation made by Nathan W., who will be more important.
Oh, okay, not Nathan Weddle, okay.
Later in this video. He talked to Kris through Discord, and discussed many of these details on the Side Scrollers podcast.
Wait, Madam Savvy. Why do I know who this person is? Madam Savvy. Oh my god, this person, I follow this person. Who the fuck? Meta PC affiliate. Huh.
They bring up rumors of Kris hooking up with dudes after they got engaged with Katie.
Basically. So to be clear, he was talking about sleeping with other men as they were engaged before they got married?
Yeah, not directly to me. I mean, he would make jokes about it to me, but there were other people who kind of came forward / showed us messages of him talking.
And you just know that the response to this was like, there's no way. You guys are just fucking around. There's some schizo person on a podcast. Now, I don't know if that was actually happening, but it's much more likely now.
Talking about sleeping with other men.
So he was cheating on his fiance before Correct. They got married. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think this was ever substantiated, was it?
Wow.
Did these conversations happen in the voice chat with other minors?
Whoa!
What conversations about?
Him discussing his love life,
private
basically.
Conversations. These were like private text conversations that kind of weren't supposed to be seen by minors.
Yeah. Like there's no reason for a 20-year-old to be talking about his love life to 14-year-olds.
Yeah, why do so many fucking YouTubers bring in like children and start talking about their fucking sex lives or their love lives and stuff? Like this is why we have Adam McIntyre. This is literally why we have Adam McIntyre. If fucking like Colleen Ballinger could like batten down the hatches and not be a weird freak, we wouldn't have to deal with Adam McIntyre's terror right now. All these YouTubers are like, holy shit, minors, I gotta tell them about my love life. There's something wrong with these people.
The person who we found out that Chris was cheating through was actually Halsey. That was the
Wait, Halsey, like the recording artist? What the fuck?
person who Chris. It was through Snapchat with Halsey, Chris and Halsey.
Is Halsey a man?
Apparently, I need to watch the Chud Logic segment at 15:10. 15:10. Here it is.
Something I've wanted to do for years now. First up is Keffals.
10 seconds. You can come.
I really enjoyed her dumb.
Okay, I actually... Can you ban every single chatter who asked me to look at that timestamp? Can you please tell every single chatter who asked me to ban every single one of them? Every last one of them. Permanently, just to be clear.
Nick started insulting me.
They bring up
Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it.
rumors of Chris hooking up with dudes after they got engaged with Katie.
Basically.
So to be clear, he was talking about sleeping with other men as they were engaged before they got married?
Yeah, not directly to me. I mean,
anybody who makes me listen to the Keffals fart porn against my will should be sentenced to a fate worse than Creator Clash.
He would make jokes about it to me, but there were other people who kind of came forward / showed us messages of him talking about sleeping with other men.
So he was cheating on his fiance before they got married. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the what? I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but Keffals had fart porn. Keffals used to make fart porn. That was a thing that Keffals made. Don't Google it.
Wow.
Now I sound like Kris Tyson. But actually don't Google it, okay? Well, all these YouTubers keep fucking putting this shit in your fucking videos anyway, so you're gonna hear it from one of them.
Did these conversations happen in the voice chat with other minors?
What conversations about?
Him discussing his love life,
private
basically.
Conversations. These were like private text conversations that kind of weren't supposed to be seen by minors.
Yeah.
All right, we heard this part already. Moving right along. Reddit history.
The gang rape porn.
Okay, we missed something. Something was missed in the process.
Normal, like, gore porn. No, Chris prefers 3D lolly gang rape porn.
Okay, so we're gonna move past this segment because I don't even know how I could fucking monetize this. Thank you. That sounds terrible. I hate whatever was just said. Now we're gonna talk about Oh god, dude, this whole segment is lost. I'm starting to understand what happened.
On July 16th, 2024,
one day after the FouseyTube event that never happened,
YouTuber Adrox released a video titled, "This video will make you hate Kris Tyson," discussing their connection to Shadman.
Bro, we were talking about Kris Tyson and Shadman for fucking years. Augie, like, for a whole calendar year before this was talking about it. Like, someday this is gonna come back on Kris Tyson. Just you fucking wait. And then this guy finally did it. Oh
This
my God.
blew the story up, with
Yeah.
the Adrox video currently having over 1 million views. But this connection Chris had to the Shadster was never a secret.
Because even before this had come out, we targeted Tipster. Me, Keemstar, we had went after Tipster because Tipster had defended this and has obviously since rescinded that position. But like the reason why we kept retweeting this because we were fighting with Tipster.
In fact, it was an open secret for many years. It just needed a brief and concise commentary video to blow it up to the mainstream. Augie RFC.
Yeah, oh wow, what the fuck, no way!
In the same stream where he mentions the high heels photo, spent some time discussing Chris's affinity for Shad-based art.
But public narrative on Shadman shifted in like 2021, but But everybody...
Dude, this is so cool. Like, most people would never include something like this in a video. That's really cool this is in here.
Always knew who Shadman was. He published his work publicly on his website. It wasn't a secret what he was drawing. In fact, it was actually a high-profile drama when he did draw Keemstar's daughter.
It's so funny when people retroactively pretend they didn't understand what oh, we didn't know. It's like this guy's whole thing was being like the edgy fucking pedo artist, drawing like the pedo content. That was like the whole thing.
Because Colossal's Crazy had to call in and confront him about it. And that clip got like 500,000 views. And you would think after that clip alone, that would be like life-ruining for Shadman's career. But it wasn't. For some reason, it wasn't. For some reason, Shadman,
Yeah, it was the heroin that ended up doing. I don't think was it proven if Shadman became a heroin addict? I don't remember. I think that was like alleged.
Pedophile was just allowed to exist freely in the commentary community. And not only was he allowed to exist, but he was protected by even people that like people think are cool nowadays. Like, you know, Elvis the Alien and Bionic Pig, for instance, they were sympathetic to.
I don't think Bionic Pig was, but Elvis the Alien will forever be known as like the guy who made a fucking positive tweet the day before Shadman had come back. So it's like forever retweeted on Shadman's account the day they came back after their website went back up, because they had drawn Wolverine raping Daphne Keane in like a 15-part comic or something. It was just like he had like a weird fixation with Daphne Keane when she was like fucking 12 years old or like 13 years old, and he drew like an entire comic book about it. Like absolute disgusting pedo shit.
His art.
And then somebody, I think it was Null from Kiwi Farms, who contacted Daphne Keene's management team or something, or one of them had found it. God forbid she might have found it. But ultimately, they just like fucking pursued legal action against Shadman, which is great, by the way. More people should have done that around this time. I know he had drawn Keemstar's daughter. He had drawn Soph. This guy was like, it's not just a fucking your run-of-the-mill lolicon degenerate freak. It was a lolicon degenerate freak who liked to draw real children. Absolute disgusting degenerate bullshit.
Or at the very least, you know, the legal free speech laws that protect his child porn, which I severely disagree with.
Another person who brought this subject up was none other than EDP445. Yes, the cupcake guy.
Dude, he'd be like, holy crap, I can't believe that Kris Tyson.
Holy shit, man. So my motherfucking main Kris Tyson,
Dude, also, many people would not include this clip. Dude, he's trying to give Kris Tyson a fist bump. Yeah.
supports child porn.
And this is after, right? Isn't this after he got exposed?
He's into that freak ass shit. We gotta protect our youth. We gotta protect our kids.
I remember that quote. We gotta protect our youth. Oh.
Kids and our...
This was after, yeah, it was after. Yep.
Goddaughters and our nephews and our nieces and our cousins from weird ass...
From you! We gotta protect them from you!
Freak motherfuckers like this, you feel me? If you guys don't know who the fuck Kris Tyson is, Kris Tyson is a transgender.
Now the...
Oh no, you could tell. You could tell EDP's like, oh, finally, I'm saved.
I really like you.
Holy shit.
Irony of this is peak internet. Holy shit. We all know this guy is only calling out Kris because he wants more kids for himself.
Again, so what brings you out here?
We can't play that on YouTube, but thank you.
It's bad from Jeffrey Epstein.
That video is like a permanently fucked video. I literally am probably going to clip that little part out of the VOD, because like YouTube will literally take an entire fucking video down if you play like a fucking second of the footage from that.
Shout out to my uncle.
That's the cupcake Paul Rosen. What the fuck is his name? Alex Rosen clip.
I love raping minors.
What?
I love raping minors.
Nick just started insulting me.
But
thank you for the $5.
EDP is technically right about a lot of stuff in this video.
Kris Tyson is friends...
Dude, like the worst person you know just made like a really solid point, I guess. Is that what that is?
With somebody named... I think his name is Chadman, whatever the fuck his name is. And
dude, why is he so locked in?
Kris Tyson and Shadman, excuse me, they're into lolicon.
And if you don't know what lolicon is, it's kids. Sexual depictions of children through drawings. This material is flat out banned in certain first world countries, As
Twitter's not gonna like this. Twitter's not gonna like this take.
It's illegal to view in places like Canada and Australia, but in America, it's technically illegal. I'm sure I'll get some degenerate gooners in the comments defending this stuff, but if you jerk off to lolly, you're a
Gooners. Oh, okay. I was gonna say gooners is like a really nice way to put it.
I'm sure I'll get some degenerate gooners in the comments defending this stuff, but if you jerk off to lolly, you're a pedophile. I don't care if the 10-year-old are getting arrested.
Wait, you're right. You just said that Prism fucking went, because Prism went to EDP to interview him, didn't he? I forgot about that. The Prism section is next. Dude, the Prism guy will forever be known as like, this is the most clout he'll ever get for this, despite the fact that he was one of the first people to the story who like fundamentally helped break it. But Dogpack ends up consuming all the MrBeast credit, and that guy literally gets left in time or whatever. He's like forgotten. It's almost sad that they're actually like bringing him back up, because as much as I didn't like Dogpack, he was obviously the lesser of two evils. That other guy was fucking retarded.
To is secretly 4,000 years old. That's still a small child. This is the material Vosh got caught with in his hard drive, resulting in his infamous beef with Ethan and Ela Klein of the H3 podcast.
Oh, EHD.
During this drama, many would bring up Kris and her connection to Shadman.
Keemstar put out a video right before, and we went live, and basically he said that Kris from MrBeast shared a post from this artist. The artist was canceled at a later time for doing some shady stuff, and he said that Tipster defended that artist.
I remember this. Everyone was trying to feed this to get the Tipster clip on the stream. I think because Keem was like tweeting it at the show, right?
Okay, so I'll say this. I like Kris. She's a great person. I've spoken with her, and I really like her. I've met her a few times. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I haven't looked into it.
I wonder if they said Shadman, if Ethan's brain would have like clicked, because Ethan had to know who Shadman was.
But it sounds like, based on what you said, that it was this expose happened after.
That's my understanding. Yes.
So
yeah.
So I'm not saying anything about that. That's a Keemstar thing, and I don't know nothing about nobody when it comes to that, okay?
Now, this isn't entirely true, as a lot of people back in 2016 knew how much of a creepy...
Everyone fucking knew. Everyone fucking knew, dude. The entire previous old guard of commentary knew.
...fuck Shadman was. He's always been known as the guy who can make porn out of anything, including real-life children. Keemstar's hatred of Shad is completely valid, as the artist has drawn Keem's 8-year-old daughter. Originally, Shad had promised to draw the young girl giving head to Donald Trump, resulting in Keem wanting to call the cops. Shad instead drew a less sexual image, though it's still insanely disturbing. Most commentary channels at the time ignored this.
But Colossal is Crazy stepped into debate, and then, after all of that, I don't know if he has it in here, Shad drew it anyway. Most people don't even know that. I had to ask Keem, and he's like, "You're really gonna fucking ask me this?" I go, "Well, I just need to fucking know if you did it, because it's important for the fucking story."
Big content
strategy
problems here.
But he's like, "Yeah,
I'll help you maximize your money."
Except for Colossal is Crazy, who confronted Shadman.
Billy Mitchell, you're giving the discount code
on stream.
Totally understand. You understand that it was obviously part of like the controversial nature of the picture to post it under such context.
It started off as a controversial joke.
Yes.
You didn't go through with it.
I would have never.
He just sat here and cucked like a fucking bitch on stream to Clown, because Clown was fucking top dog at this point. And then he just goes and does it anyway. It's crazy.
I did draw a picture of Keemstar's daughter in kind of like, obviously she's not naked, but I do feel like there are sexual connotations regarding that picture. Would you agree?
Totally agree. Yes.
Totally agree. What a fucking freak, dude.
Totally agree. Colossal, I respect you like a hell of a lot. And just like man to man, if you think it would be better for me to take it down, I would take it down just out of respect to you.
If you could do that, I think that would be wonderful.
You know, I'm gonna go do that right fucking now. I'm gonna take it down out of respect to fucking Colossal.
I appreciate you doing that.
I'm gonna go do it, and obviously it's gonna be fucking all over.
And then he fucking drew it anyway. It's crazy.
Out there, so I understand. Yeah. But I would definitely appreciate you doing that.
Shad would briefly take it down, though quickly put it back up, and also drew the image of Keem's daughter giving Trump a blowy. This isn't the only time he's drawn sexual depictions of real-life children.
Bro, that's how old Daphne Keene was. It is absolutely fucking disgusting.
There's also Daphne Keene. Daphne, who you'll most likely know for playing X-23 in Logan, became Shadman's biggest crush. Mind you, she was 12 at the time, and Shad described her as an IRL lolly. After these Discord messages were leaked, Shad drew 8 images of Daphne being essayed. He also drew child YouTuber LT Corbus, who was also 12 years old. This
And I can't stress enough, when Colossal interviewed Shadman about the Keemstar's daughter stuff, everybody knew about it. Every YouTuber in the space knew about it. They either found out about it on Twitter from Keem talking about it, or they found out from that fucking podcast because they were all watching it. But after this shit goes down with Daphne Keene, all these YouTubers started saying it's a free speech issue. It's like, no, dude. He drew a child getting raped by Wolverine, and then people found it from the fucking, like the management company, and then they had the site taken down. That's not a free speech issue. This is like pedophilia. Stop defending this. What's wrong with you?
shit was very well known at the time.
Yeah, they called it a free speech issue. It's insane.
Yet many chose to still publicly associate with Shadman, and even defend him. One of those was Kris Tyson, though she claims to not know about many of these controversies.
Yeah, oh, we didn't know. We had no idea. Oh, I didn't know. I'm telling you right now, it would be hard not to have known about this.
After the subject got brought up during the Vosh drama, Kris would stop posting on Twitter for a while, telling the commentary lolcow Jalen this.
Jalen, oh god. Jalen, oh, I wonder if they're doing bigger and better things right now.
If anyone ever asked, just say you talked to me. And I explained it was a shitty joke to get likes from a reply from Shad. I didn't even know about all the stuff he did. But one of the first controversies, I stopped interacting with him a long time ago. But she wasn't simply trying to get Shadman's attention. Kris clearly enjoyed the depraved content he was making. On a Reddit post linking to the Incredibles 2 trailer, Kris wrote, "Shadman is going to love this." Once,
like, do you guys not know? Remember, I think he's changed all the thumbnails now, and he absolutely hates when people bring this up, but I mean, I'm going to. He used to do Elvis the Alien's thumbnails for, like, this People Ruined blank. Remember, like, the People Ruined videos where Elvis was, like, going over, like how people, like, Rule 34'd a bunch of porn and shit? The person who made those thumbnails was
Can I say
Shadman.
something to you, Nick?
And that went on
really
for
like
quite
it.
a while.
Why?
Right? I don't know how many years it was, but that went on for quite a while.
the film released, Shad would post a screenshot of the character Violet, who is supposed to be 14 years old. He captioned it, "My daughter usually doesn't squirt like this." To which Kris responded, "Low-key, she cute." Kris would also repost a stream clip
What's
where
the
they pull
name
up
of
the
the
Shad.
guy?
I mean, yeah, it's extremely
Keemstar
gross. There was a
Orbiter?
lot of
Nick
signs.
Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Thank you for the don't-know.
Based website, mentioning how it surprisingly had some safe for work content on it. In April 2018, Shad posted a drawing depicting some of the female characters from Teen Titans, all washing a car while wearing tight bikinis. Kris responded, "No Beast Boy trap? Shad, you've changed." Yeah, Kris wanted that Beast Boy gawk porn. Mind you,
I can't believe the word gawk has, like, origins. I feel like that was a word that was just invented last week.
these are all characters from a show called Teen Titans, as in, they're underage. In early 2019, Shad would post an image of the character.
By the way, if you want to buy your part of the Teen Titans, you can go right now to the Fortnite item shop and use code DeOrio, and you could buy Cyborg right now.
Keffels appreciate
Right now. Come on, PS5 Pro. Right now. There he is. Somewhere. There he. Oh, you can get the whole Teen Titans, dude. You got Beast Boy and Starfire. And Cyborg. This is a bad time to promote, I imagine. I'm sorry.
Character Raftalia from the Rising of the Shield Heroes manga. Canonically, she's underage, though this didn't stop Kris from wanting Shad to draw her. Even some of Kris's followers.
All characters. Yeah, that's the best part. In Fortnite, they're all 18, and they're not in Shadman art drawings. They're just normal characters that you can play as, you know? You could just play as them in Fortnite and not be a pedophile. It's awesome.
Followers were questioning this comment. Shadman wasn't the only lolicon artist Kris responded to. They also commented on posts by Jay Lullaby. They drew a sexually explicit image.
We want Raven. You can't have Raven. Raven was Battle Pass. Sorry.
Involving Caillou and his mother, tagging Shadman. Kris responded, "Help, I need an adult." Isn't it so funny that I'm responding to a drawing of a toddler getting molested? So quirky. Another creep named Garabatos posted a drawing of Dipper and Mabel.
Alright, we don't need to see more of the Shadman drawings. I think we understand Shadman is bad. Can we just move on from this part? Oh, this is actually, no, we can't move on. Sorry. This is the iconic tipster.
Would she engage with it online? But she'd buy a physical.
This is the one. Yeah. So Kris Tyson not only had all this Shadman lore, Kris Tyson literally owned a drawing from Shadman and had it in their living room.
Physical Shadman piece. This drawing, which I won't show uncensored, depicts a character known as Autism Girl. This was not commissioned by Ava, as some assumed, but instead by a Reddit user known as Spywin. The drawing depicts a very young-looking teen girl in a string bikini with a shirt that reads, "Bigfoot is real, and he tried to eat my ass." She wears a hat with the text, "Please be patient, I have autism." She has braces on, a gun pointed inside her mouth, with her drooling all over it, a fidget spinner earring, and
yeah, this is literally something that was, framed this drawing.
Most disturbing of all, a Queen of Spades tattoo. Let's just say it's a tattoo of a very sexual connotation to many people. A tattoo signifying that you want some BBC. Kris managed to find the—
What do you mean, let's just say? You just said the whole thing. You literally just said the whole thing. What do you mean, let's just say? That's like a flamenco. It's actually the Jews. Like,
his drawing. And liked it so—
Remember when flamenco used to do that? He would just like, he'd be like, actually, and then all of a sudden he would just say the thing.
So much that they got it as a poster for their room. In 2017, they posted an image of it with the caption, "Bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism, tagging Shadman." They also once remarked, this coming from the guy who owns a Shadman drawing, and has it as a centerpiece in his living room. This poster can actually be seen in the background of a MrBeast video.
Yeah, there was a couple of MrBeast videos where you could have seen it. It's insane. Imagine fucking framing that and hanging it up on your wall, and then getting mad when people start asking questions. That's insane.
Being his August 2017 upload titled, "Tipping Pizza Delivery Guys $10,000. At 9.5 minutes in, you can see MrBeast glance at it.
I mean,
the fuck is that, Chris?
I would go extra large, but my girlfriend might get mad at me. But I mean, no, I'll do large though. I'll do large.
Now, as soon as this was brought up, the original video had 2.5 minutes worth of footage cut, and all archives of the original kept getting taken down by the same entity removing the attack helicopter video. This poster is the ultimate proof that it's not just some sick joke. Cause at this point, you physically have the lolly art in your possession. It's like if someone who jokingly watched gore on Live Leak got access to a real human skull and nailed it to their wall.
And then mailed it to Ethan Klein. I'm sorry. I can't, dude. I can't go 1 minute without talking about it. Holy shit, dude.
It's just fucking sick. I don't care what sort of excuse Kris has, even if it's some demented form of irony. Kris likes the lolicon, and you can't convince me otherwise. This information being brought to—
yeah, I mean, I'm fairly convinced of this as well.
—to life, specifically by Adrox, finally made this info mainstream, leading to many big names calling out Kris as the freak they truly are. Keemstar, who, despite his many flaws, is reasonably upset at Kris, who has spent years supporting someone who drew porn of Keem's daughter. He tweeted out, "Kris Tyson supported the cartoon CP artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8 in a sexual manner. This is a known—
yeah, Keem started a fucking war on everybody, and then it immediately died out because none of the people involved wanted to talk about whether if they knew or not.
fact. Privately—
or some people who were listed, I guess, didn't even really interact with Shad, and they kind of just got dragged into it. I remember Sky Williams called me. He's like, I didn't even fucking know this guy. Why the fuck am I on this list? What the fuck?
Me and Kris Tyson even had a conversation about this roughly a month ago, and it still upsets me. This is not misinformation, this is a fact. Prism42 is a small YouTuber who touts himself as an investigative journalist.
And no one will ever know.
He mainly set his sights on exposing Kris Tyson.
This gets really interesting. This is a really interesting— I haven't watched it, but if this is done justice, which I imagine it is, because Rob's Media makes pretty good videos, this is going to be fucking interesting.
Collecting various bits of information and trying to share them with as many people as possible. He claims that most of these attempts failed, so we reached down to the bottom of the barrel to spread the story. This is where
Dude, this guy starts the fucking story. This is the beginning of the story. Story begins, cold open. He reaches out to EDP445 to make an exposed video on Kris Tyson. I'm not even kidding you. That's the opening for this guy's existence. The first thing you will learn about Prism 44 or whatever the fuck, Prism 42, is that he reached out to EDP to make a video exposing what he thought was a predator.
EDP comes into play. Yeah, Prism thought spreading the word to an even bigger predator would surely expose Kris.
Everybody has their own type of shit that they get off to. You feel me? But Child porn is where I draw the motherfucking line.
Dude, and he's like, oh, this is gonna be great. I can't wait for this to come out.
Bro. Child porn, fucking the Incestables, Dora the Explorer is getting fucked by a nigga with a 9-inch fucking cock.
Dude, this guy's like getting a rager right now while he explains it.
I can't support that shit, bro. Kris Tyson, Shadman, go get fucking help. And
it's actually insane that this was filmed. Like, this is a real thing that happened. People think that YouTube drama is real. It's all fabricated. That's why that's the scriptwriters outdid themselves.
By the way, these tweets,
the signs were all there. This is after he got exposed. We went over it before, and I'm going to mention it again. EDP was already known as a pedophile when this video came out. That's why it's even crazier that Prism went to him. He was already exposed by Alex Rosen. The cupcake thing, already there. This guy's posting this on an alt account because he was banned from YouTube. And he filmed this.
They're on fucking Twitter. I retweeted all of this shit, so it's not like the fucking tweets are fake. This shit is still out there on Twitter, my nigga.
Ah yes, a confirmed pedo is retweeting pedo shit. How foolproof. Prism also reached out to the motherfucker himself, Chris Chan. Something he
That was the other one. We need to reach out to all of these people. Chris Chan, EDP445. He was creating like the Legion of Kids. It's insane.
Confirmed in an interview. Prism
Chris Chan obviously it wasn't a kid related thing, but
Prism himself has the Sonichu curse, so this doesn't surprise me at all.
Legion of
I like how his plan was to basically assemble the Predator Avengers.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
putting together
we're on the same wavelength, Rob. We're on the same wave. Yours probably was better.
a team of
The Predavengers, the Predavengers?
extraordinary groomers to take down the
Okay, that was the one. The League of Extraordinary Groomers is a good one.
Predator Avengers. He's putting together a team of extraordinary groomers to take down the biggest groomer of all. Next, you're gonna tell me he got Dr. Disrespect, Zero, Line Maker, and Nathan Weddle to speak out.
Yo, he's here! He's here, dude! It's fucking Nathan Weddle! No way!
This is the only way to free Nathan Weddle from prison.
No fucking way, dude! I can't. I actually can't. I actually can't.
At the very beginning, I didn't want any association.
Oh, okay. So then, after all of this is said and done, he calls into Chud's fucking live stream and bombs. I remember YouTube drama was so anti-fucking Kris Tyson and MrBeast at this point, and they were like, bro, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
With this.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to
That's a
pass
whole
on
nother
the
point.
information. Yeah.
Yeah,
literally,
we
I tried to give it
to
to
multiple
EDP.
people.
I tried to give it to EDP. I tried to send it to Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk! I tried to send it to fucking Alex Jones. The quartering wouldn't have it.
Okay, yeah, I
Wait,
know.
what would you give it to EDP of all people?
Okay, well,
Yeah,
all right, well,
that one was
okay.
Yeah.
So what happened? What happened is, so I sent it out to people.
Well,
that I
EDP was
know.
the last resort, right? EDP was
Okay,
the very
hold on,
last
hold on,
person
hold
on the list.
And then I
Hold on. I gotta correct this myself. It was actually the first guy we wanted to
see
tell.
Critical's video that he made about EDP being desperate, and then I was like, wait a second. I looked into like, potentially going after this guy before. I know how to contact him, and I was like,
I was gonna hunt this pedo, but then I realized he could be useful for the upcoming hunts. This is insane. They brought him in as bait.
if this guy's so desperate, I can just get.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this guy being forgotten mostly from history is like for the best. This guy sucks, dude. It would have sucked if this guy got the clout that Dogpack got. Holy fuck, I'm so glad this guy's unsuccessful.
Give him the information, he can cover it, and then it's out there.
Like, everyone just skips this person. This whole thing gets completely skipped. You'll also know this is the guy who tricked what was the kid's name? It obviously wasn't a kid by the time he was interviewed, but that one person who had like interactions with Kris Tyson on Discord. They were very nice when they were trying to explain what happened, but basically this guy came in and said like, you were groomed, Lava. Yeah, this person's like, you were groomed, and they tricked Lava into thinking they were like interviewing for a fucking job and then grilled them on Kris Tyson. It was like really fucked up.
Okay. And then that's what happened.
I mean, you know,
just by the way, there were a lot a lot more YouTubers he contacted, right? Like a lot, and every single one turned them down. Everybody thought he was bullshitting. He was
That was Prism? Yeah, it's this guy. This guy's a fucking huge piece of shit, dude.
lying, you know, all this other stuff.
Or they were just scared
right,
of him
about Chris
too.
Tyson. Yeah, and
Well,
that
like-
includes Chris Hansen
Wasn't Lava friends with Bull Blacks? Yeah, that was also another side arc here.
as well.
Yeah, Chris Hansen. Yeah, Chris Hansen should know about this as well because I contacted him through Cameo. He asked me to.
Do you know what? Oh God, wait, time out. Do you want some deep fucking DeOrio lore? Do you remember the time Chris Hansen made a stream on us saying we were re-victimizing women? That might hit like a truck if you have no idea what I'm talking about. You're probably confused as shit. When we had a beef with Chris Hansen a while back, and he actually would promote fucking anything on Cameo, right? So the main thing that he promoted that people were laughing about was the Escobar Fold flip phone. It was literally a Samsung Galaxy flip phone, flip or whatever, or Fold, Samsung Galaxy Fold, but it was rebranded as Escobar, and it had like fucking gold stickers on it, and it was being sold. I found out recently how that ended, and I didn't know. Dude, look at this. This is actually a crazy aside right now in the middle of this video. Here, look at this. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was very funny. Like, there's the shout out to Nicholas DeOrio. It's from the intro song, too. My FBI declassified story. Look at this. I didn't know about this. Shocking. So, shortly after... Okay, I forgot. I can't use Chrome. The computer just freaks out when I go on Chrome. I don't know what... I have no idea what's wrong with this computer.
So, I've made a few references over the past couple years to that time that the FBI visited the studio. And I was asked not to talk about that for what I feel like are pretty...
So they said you couldn't talk about it. This is 11 months ago. So this Chris Hansen drama happened in like 2020, which was about the time where the Escobar Fold video even came out. It turns out the FBI went to Marquez Brownlee to try to lead a sting and get the people who made that phone arrested. It's crazy. Look at this. This is like a crazy update to the drama.
And they're like, Marquez, like FBI agent this, IRS agent this.
Like Marquez Brownlee helped put like an Escobar family member in jail.
And they're like, Marquez, good to see you. We've got some questions for you about the Escobar phone. So immediately I'm relieved, but I'm like, the Escobar.
And they were paying celebrities to do Cameo sponsorships off of it, so they were getting like extremely cheap brand deals because that was when Cameo, they didn't really know what they were saying and they didn't really care. And that was like a time where you could get anybody to basically say anything because they didn't realize that people would steal these, or take these videos and then use them in ad campaigns without your consent.
Escobar phone. Oh. Because see, a few months earlier, I had published a video about the Escobar Fold.
Yeah, and they were just sending these phones out to influencers, but if you bought one, you were scammed.
Samsung Galaxy Folds cheaply with like gold stickers, and then shipping them to YouTubers and people who they believed would.
And they, yeah, literally the Samsung logo was right there.
The IRS are interested. I didn't realize they were just gonna show up one day, but here we are. But you know, shout out to Bob at the front desk for sticking to our rule, even though he probably had a bunch of people like, great. And they basically then had a bunch of questions about that video and the process of dealing with that company in any way, like any and all communications that I had with them.
Yeah, I thought this is just so fascinating. I recommend you watch this video, but essentially what happens is he can now talk about it because the people involved are now behind bars.
To this only non-refundable direct transfer thing with Klarna, and then they stopped working with them too, and then eventually the whole operation starts falling down, and the guy at the head of it, named Olaf Gustafsson.
I think he was head of assassinations for the Medellin cartel.
And this guy finally ends up getting arrested and going to prison in Spain for fraud and money laundering and a bunch of other things, basically for everything.
So one of these guys was the chief of assassinations. Maybe it was the kid.
That I talked about in those videos. So I've been holding on to this, not really knowing, like, okay, is it cool now that he's behind bars to talk about it? So we actually reached back out to those same FBI agents because they left their cards. And they're like, oh yeah, no, it's cool now to talk about it. You're totally fine. So there unfortunately is no footage of any of this incident. But there is these.
So yeah, I mean, I recommend going and watch this video. It's a crazy deep lore update. I just stumbled across this accidentally because I was watching some of his car content, and yeah, the original Escobar full video of Chris Hansen is still up. This is the you can't ever find the actual short or whatever. Like the original version is kind of lost to time because the video is deleted. But...
Samsung's phone. And then there's 2 other endorsement videos. So I guess this is really how you make sure you sell a lot of phones. From Chris Hansen and Anna Anka.
Hey guys, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators, and to catch a predator, I just wanted to tell you all that I've seen this amazing new smartphone called the Escobar Fold 2. It appears to be the best phone out right now. I've been looking at the transcripts. So have a seat, check it out, and remember, I'll be watching.
He would literally say anything. So I was beefing with Shiloh, one of the Onision girls, and she was telling everybody to flag my Twitter down. So I paid Chris Hansen to say that I've never doxed anyone and that everyone's coming after me for no reason. And he just filmed it and sent it to me. Which was funny because he was working with Shiloh. Like, I literally went to, like, the guy she's working with to film a video to shit on her, and I sent it to her, and he just did it for, like, fucking $20. Yeah, that's how far back it goes to Shiloh, and she was trying to get my account flagged down. All right, back to where we were. Sorry.
Sent him an email. I followed his instructions, and he never got back to me.
On June 13th, 2024, Prism decided to make his own video exposing Chris.
Do you remember when he was... Dude, was this kid AF? He looks like America First, right? He's got, like, the America First haircut and fit.
With another YouTuber named Verdius doing the same. Prism's video is quite shit, honestly. He films it outside, so you can just hear a shit ton of background noise like cicadas and birds chirping. It sounds like he's 1 second away from getting completely swarmed. Prism also got help from Robert, the guy from the iDubbbz Airsoft Fatty documentary.
What?
Do you have any weapons on you now?
Is that this one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that piece of lore. That's interesting.
iDubbbz did a documentary about Airsoft Fatty, and in that documentary, he has one of his friends there, Robert. And so I decided to reach out to Robert because...
Dude, this guy just got like all the weirdest characters and was like, we're going to take out Chris Tyson. Let's go.
I couldn't get a hold of Airsoft Fatty, and I got a...
Wait, why... You only got this guy because you couldn't get a hold of Airsoft Fatty? Where are you picking... What is the selection process for this? What?
Hold of Robert, and so...
Prism is a Turning Point USA member? Oh.
Robert, he told me that, oh yeah, he stopped talking to Airsoft Fatty, he didn't have contact with him, and that was at the time, and yeah, I explained the situation to him, and he wanted to help out, so he came along for the ride. And so...
Bro didn't realize he could have got Chris Hansen for just $10. True! Literally true.
One of the other people I was thinking of...
Dude, I get this guy on. Have you ever donated to the Daily Stormer? He'd probably been, yes.
...contacting was Calvin... I don't want to say his...
Wait, Leafy?
...full name, but I'll just say Calvin. Leafy is here.
Wait.
You guys might...
Dude, we've got Charlie Kirk. We have Leafy is here. We have EDP445 and the guy from the Airsoft Fatty documentary. These are the people that he is. These are the ones that are needed to save. This is insane.
I know him as.
Ah yes, let's get the drugged up banned YouTuber to spread the word. That'll stop Chris. Now, despite the many flaws present with Prism, he does bring forward some very interesting information. When Chris was 20 years old, they befriended a 13-year-old going by Lava GS.
Okay, so then the way that they handled this is so fucked up. I'm sorry. It is like the most fucked up way you could possibly get a victim's testimony. He literally lies to the victim and then... Okay.
This young boy had won a small MrBeast contest in May 2016.
Who does he review them? It's insane.
Resulting in Jimmy DMing him to gift his reward. A signed CSGO Karambit. Lava would then work on the MrBeast gaming channel for a few years.
Also, do you remember they were like, Jimmy sent a knife out. Jimmy sent a child a knife. There were a lot of fucking, I don't know.
Years, even appearing in the...
I don't care if it's from CSGO. Jimmy sent a child a knife.
Video. I made 100 players escape in a possible maze.
Now before I drop this third gate, I gotta do something evil. Lava, Pluto, assemble!
Hi, how are you?
I need you to make this 10 times harder.
How hard do you want it, Jimmy?
Hard. If you you want a 10-year supply of yogurt, you gotta have a big brain.
During this time, Chris would begin talking to Lava online, having him be one of his Discord moderators. The two would play a lot of video games together, and Chris would interact with Lava a lot on Twitter. Some of these tweets go beyond weird jokes, as Chris would refer to this minor by Dad.
He says, I really enjoy playing Fortnite.
This read is insane. Just sitting out in the park with a bunch of music and then just reading off their fucking messages is insane.
Would you guys want to watch me stream? And LavaGS says, please stream again. And he says, thanks, Dad. You want to moderate it? And he says, I love to. And keep in mind, he was born November 12, 2003.
Another tweet shows Chris jokingly promoting their Patreon, stating, guys, we are so close to our goal. Oh my god. One more patron and I'm releasing my nudes. I want to see if anyone is dumb enough to give me money. Lava responded, I'm your first patron, big boy. Though, since the goal is not met, Chris says, but not $5? Pathetic. JK. Wait.
And then like a little kissy face. Like, I don't know. This is fucking weird.
Till my Twitch revenue comes in, winky face. Check again, winky face. And then Chris calls him dad again. I posted some fire nudes for you. Please no share. So I guess the joke here is that a grown adult sent naked pictures to a teen boy. How funny, am I right, guys?
Oh, look, it's every Destiny tweet. Dude, once per month, Destiny does this exact same bit. Dude, it must be the bit.
Other comments include Lava telling Chris that this is a bad way to hide your hentai. I love how I set that embedded up so
I like how people are finally just like, please stop making this joke, Destiny. Please stop making this joke.
Shows you looking sexy. And, Chris, will you be my Valentine? The fact that Chris doesn't have any clear problems with any of this, and goes along with it, is highly disturbing. Chris would also talk inappropriately on Snapchat, sending a snap saying, coming for America.
Jesus.
You can't even excuse this as a weird 4th of July joke.
What joke does Destiny make? He constantly makes like pedo jokes. Remember like the, well obviously the Courtney one is a good example because every fucking conservative tweets it out. It's like everyone, but like it's a joke.
When it was made in January. Now a point of concern with Prism's video is that he doesn't properly show evidence that
Yeah,
Chris
it's like the rage bait shit. I don't know, he just does way too much rage bait.
Explicitly knows Lava's age.
Yeah, it's like a James Gunn style rage bait. He does it constantly.
Though, as he suggests, Chris should have known.
Like, I don't know, maybe you don't have this, and that's
Well,
fine if you don't. But if you can
actually,
say they knew the age and
wait.
Sorry, go on.
I think I have it. So he works for MrBeast. So that means that they would have known his age. They would have to know his age.
The implication of the way that he's saying this, it means that he just realized he had a eureka moment live on stream and didn't even know this going in, which is crazy.
They paid
I
him
don't
money.
think you can make
They
an
paid him
argument
money.
here that he didn't know his age. Like,
Yeah,
you
they paid
can't
him
call
money.
it
No,
that.
wait. No. I'm asking you guys to make a strong argument that he did know the age.
That is a strong.
No, I've had to press you guys to get it. Why is that not on the fucking video? Why
Well,
is it not
because
laid out?
so what I was doing was I was taking all the evidence I had, and me and Vertius were pressured because of the documentary. I can't talk anything about this other guy's documentary, but we were pressured to release it, and so I was on.
And he also tried to play victim. Like he was pressured. Why? Because somebody else was going to get the clout? Like, what do you mean you were pressured into what?
Time crunch to get this video filmed and get all this out there.
Sure.
It was not
making
planned.
a better video, and the stuff you mentioned is going to be included in it. Okay.
This documentary they're referring to is Mike Klum's video on EDP, which has still not been released yet.
Yeah, that's so true. Wait, this was like a year ago, and apparently they were saying that Mike Klum's EDP video is on the way, but it's literally fucking July of the following year, and it never actually came out. That was the pressure that they had on them. Mike Klum might release in the next 2 years. That's insane.
Apparently, Prism brought up the Kris Tyson stuff to Mike, and it was going to be included there. That's still not a good excuse to rush this video, especially one this important. Though I do agree that there would be a lot of obvious signs to Lava's true age, especially since Chris met up with him in person. Leaked Discord messages show that the two met up, while Lava was on a family camping trip in North Carolina.
I love Carl though. I drove from West Virginia to North Carolina. I'm sitting in a camper in the woods right now. I love Carl though.
Can I say something?
So Carl is amazing, and that is a fact.
So I think it turned out that like the family was there, and then they met up like in a, not like a public place, but like around a ton of people, because he was already out there. I don't think the person crossed state lines to go hang out with Kris Tyson, but I could be wrong.
True, he hugged me before Chris managed to. Carl, sleep. I'm just friends with Carl. I don't need mod. His mod team is already top notch. Why do you want to come to North Carolina? Because winky face, winky face.
I mean, yeah, it looks horrible.
Carl simps for me. Who doesn't simp for Carl? I think we all simp for Carl. I know, right, Teehee? Offering to buy me ice cream if I do stuff for him. Why do you want to come to North Carolina? And money.
Here's a photo of all three of them. This to me is especially odd, since apparently they met up in a secluded area. Prism
maybe not. I thought this was in like a group of people.
Did interview Lava, and apparently nothing sexual happened here, but it's still kind of weird. Prism has yet to release the full interview, most likely since Lava didn't have full knowledge of it being conducted. Prism had
yeah, he didn't have full knowledge being conducted. He literally lured him in. They took the quote-unquote groomed kid and they lured him in to give a statement on... this is insane. I mean, I guess he's an adult at this point, right? But like...
I reached out to Lava for a job interview to become his editor, and began asking questions about his friendship with Chris. This is insanely retarded, and goes against the wishes of the alleged victim in the situation. And at first, Lava didn't even think of himself as a victim, tweeting out, "Chris did nothing wrong. What's actually disgusting is you guys twisting things and making me a victim." What's also dumb is that Prism challenged Chris to a debate.
If you
oh my... Dude, every second this video keeps going, I remember another horrifying detail of this fucking story. Could you imagine this? Imagine reaching out to all these fucking clout YouTubers or whatever, because there's no reason that they'd be here other than like clout reasons, right? And then you challenge this fucking guy to a debate at the end of the video. It's actually unreal. Debate me IRL, dude. Come on.
Agree with anything that I have brought up, that I have substantiated with evidence. You are free to...
Oh yeah, he said he was inspired by Project Veritas. Dude, everything about this is retarded.
Contact me and we can go on something and debate each other, because I am always free for an open debate, because I believe these things that I have substantiated are true. And if you think that I am misunderstood and that I misunderstood these things, you are free to debate them and talk to me about them. But the evidence that I have gathered is very strong, very concrete, and very solid. And I really don't think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think you're going to change my mind on this.
Ah yes, gonna own Kris Tyson of Facts on Logic.
Why would you say, I don't think you can change my mind on this? Like, even implying there's a way that you're like, that you could be wrong in a video where you're exposing somebody that you're claiming is a fucking pedophile, right? That's okay, that's not a qualifier you should be giving in your video exposing someone as a pedo.
I'd mock him for thinking Chris would actually join a debate, but before this, she was constantly picking fights of randos on Twitter who misgender her. Now, this is where I want to introduce another character
and
into
it could have been like a joke, but he has no delivery at all whatsoever. Everything sounds like, yeah, I don't know.
Story, Trey Yates. Trey is a current editor for Jacksepticeye, who worked for MrBeast from 2018 to 2021. He is actually in that photo of Carl, Chris, and Lava. He has this sort of midlife crisis, balding dad aura to him. Kind of like...
Dude, Trey Yates put out a video. Was it the one... Okay, he put out 2 videos, right? In the first video, he had like a full head of hair, because I guess he was wearing a hair system. And then in the second video... No, wait, was he bald in the first video? And he was bald in the first video, and he had hair in the second video. Was that what happened? Yeah, that was it. Dude, he literally, dude, the new video, he just had a full head of hair. It was insane.
He has this sort of midlife crisis, balding dad aura to him. Kind of like Chud Logic. And he decided to release his own video trying to disprove many of the narratives being spread about their former associates.
If there was anything that happened, he should feel comfortable to come forward and say that that happened. But he's coming forward to say that they're just friends and Ava never did anything to him. I believe him.
And this video got deleted, and then he became super anti-MrBeast later. Is it here? Or, oh, we're not going to see it. But then when he came back, he had a full head of hair. Where is this, dude? Trey Yates. Kris Tyson? I was close with Ava Kris Tyson. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh no, this is the other one. Where's the second one? Speaks out against MrBeast.
It's been a few.
Right? So you saw him, right? You want to get flashbanged right now? I'm going to flashbang you. All right. So you're watching this video and you see him defending. You see him like defending Kris Tyson, right? Then Trey Yates comes back and he makes a new video attacking Kris Tyson and MrBeast. And in this video, he had a full head of hair, chat. A full head of hair out of nowhere. And he just doesn't address it at all. Going from one video to the other with completely opposing points, he just has a full head of hair.
Was anything that happened, he should feel comfortable to come forward and say that that happened. But he's coming forward to say that they're just friends and Ava never did anything to him. I believe him because I was in that photo and I was there.
I remember when Chud didn't tell his chat exactly what was coming, and he goes, "Well, you're gonna notice that Trey Yates is a little different than the last time we saw him. Please let me know if you do figure out what's different, and then I guess we can discuss it together as like a group or something." But yeah, this is Trey Yates now. And he just flashed it on the screen, and this guy had like the fucking fakest hair system I've ever seen in my life. Oh, hair trend? No, it was like a toupee, like a hair system.
Whenever Lava came to visit North Carolina to visit Ava and just hang out with her. The reason for it is that Ava wanted Lava to work on the MrBeast Gaming channel. That photo was taken in 2020, and that was right before MrBeast Gaming started. That was around March or April, I think. And Lava had some talent that we really wanted and needed him for to start that channel. So that's the reason why he came out there. He proved his worth. He worked hard. We paid him well. Yes, he was 16 at the time, but
dude, there are too many YouTubers who fucking spent time paying like children, dude. I don't understand it. Dude, there's so many YouTubers who were just like paying people for work who couldn't even have a PayPal account. That just seems like such a stupid fucking decision. Am I wrong? I legitimately don't know, like, what is the other than just like cheap labor. You're a huge YouTuber, you can't afford to just pay an adult.
to him, it was like a really
But like so many YouTubers did this.
cool after school job. Which, I mean, which job are you going to take? The Cold Stone Creamery ice cream job or the job with MrBeast? I think I know what I would do.
Trey then calls out Prism, stating he has a clear bias against Kris due to political reasons. Now, while this might be true, it doesn't completely dismiss some of
And
the
it's like the problem with interacting with artists too, because the artist is either fucking 16 or 17 and can't have a PayPal, or the artist is like 35 years old and mentally ill. Because everyone in between has like a job. For the most part. If they're willing to do YouTube shit and like make fucking icons and thumbnails and stuff. It's literally either a minor or a crazy person.
other claims about Ava, like the raunchy, inappropriate tweets. He also calls out Prism's association of EDP.
I haven't watched these two videos yet, but he collabed with this creator named EDP. I have no idea who this is, but apparently this guy is a conservative whistle.
What the fuck, Nick? I draw and work. Well, I Yates. All right, you are the rare dolphin. Okay, in a world full of salmon.
Whistleblower, and is also against trans people.
Yes, that's the problem with EDP, that he leans conservative, not the fact that he wants to rape children. The most-
What?
Conservative whistleblower is, but apparently this guy is a conservative whistleblower.
Did he think that EDP was Charlie Kirk? He thought that EDP was what? Or, oh, he must be talking about Prism is a conservative whistleblower. Okay. All right, I'm seeing what's happening.
But apparently
he's circling EDP, but he's talking about Prism.
this guy is a conservative whistleblower and is
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, no, I feel like you kind of have to know who EDP is, right?
also
No, he's talking about EDP.
against trans people.
Yes, that's the
No, I think it was Prism.
problem with EDP, that he leans conservative,
There's no way he's talking about EDP. No, there's no way.
not the fact that he wants to rape children. The most well-known thing about him at this point.
Wait, he actually is. No, he actually is.
By the way, right after this, he accidentally leaked his porn history and had to edit it.
Wait, and imagine, dude, imagine watermarking a fucking video of a pedophile. Imagine being like, you see this video of this pedophile? I'm gonna put my name slap dab on there and lower the opacity. What a fucking idiot, dude. Everything about Prism is the most insane shit ever.
Out of the video. Whoopsies. Now, unbeknownst to Trey Yates, it was quickly alleged
And it's not even a video of you exposing a pedophile. It's you of a pedophile exposing a pedophile.
that Chris was inappropriately messaging other minors on Snapchat, referring to them as dad. Normal stuff for her, it seems. She would also say, "Keep it a secret though, lol," which is really weird to say to an alleged 14-year-old. The same person also leaked 2 clips from Chris's Discord where they reference sex.
I hope he gets cancer in the mouth. Okay.
I gotta say that is one of the not good places.
I hope he goes his entire life not smoking a single cigarette, and then when he gets 80, he just gets fucked with some dude with some cancer dick, and he shoves it in his mouth and gets mouth cancer.
What is cancer dick, dude? So fucking okay. So in the idiot influencers video, this is gonna be our palate cleanser in the middle of the Kris Tyson stuff. So Rob's Media is covering EdenIsOnline's video. By the way, EdenIsOnline is related to the super mega drama that we checked in a previous segment where we were covering the Nick is not green response video. These are some of the people he was friends with at the time. And Eden, basically what she was doing here, was talking about modern art in one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. I recommend watching both this video and Eden's original video.
Understand his own logic and is only saying all this shit to sound pretentious. He shits on classical art and then praises modern art like a white canvas, a giant rock.
It was like, why is... Do you honestly, you know who should cover this video if they haven't already? I could see like EFAP watching this.
A pile of boxes, and a fan. Ethan's reasonings for liking these pieces...
EFAP did cover it. I gotta watch that, dude. That could be really fun.
...due to their backstory, not how good the art looks. He likes the fan because the person who owned it died from AIDS.
He likes it because the person who owned it died from AIDS. That's so funny. Yeah, the original video is on the Eden Riley channel. Yeah. This thing is so good. This thing is actually the greatest fucking piece of content ever. Also, that sounded horrible, but
I have a confession.
But for the record, when people look at that clip, I said, this thing is, okay? That did not sound good.
Paintings cost a lot of money. The only person who needs to worry about that is the bozo buying it. It just really isn't about the money. It's just not. And also, let's be serious for a second. Modern art has money laundering happening in it. Sure.
Okay. We need to get to like the... Yeah, he's going to tell you about his favorite piece of art.
Defend it? Even though he said in the last video that no one defends modern art.
Like modern art is one of the most bafflingly outrageous things to me. And the thing is, I never see anyone defend it. I literally...
Well, we finally found our defense mechanism here.
Or are rich freaks with more money than they need. I would much rather have the money go to a museum where they actually spend it on public education. Some nonprofit museums do college grants.
What is that tattoo?
Actually spend it on public education. Some
fuck
nonprofit
is
museums
that?
do college.
It looks like she just drew on herself.
Grant.
Is that like a penis? What is on her arm? Is that like a tattoo of a dick? Okay. Is that art?
It's not really a bad thing when art is sold, generally. But what I find so funny is that Charlie never actually brings up an example of art that sells for too much. He just keeps making up examples.
Like we looked at Diana earlier, which was a potted plant that was store-bought and put on a shelf. And that was the...
She got it from a niece's designer. That'd be funny. No, if it was a niece's designer, it would be like the most colorful, disgusting tattoo you've ever seen.
He's gonna sell for a lot. He's not even making the money.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. This is gonna get me in trouble, probably. I don't think I've ever seen a color tattoo that I like on like a white dude. I'm not trying to make this a race issue, but I've never like white skin, I just feel like does not pair well with like blue fucking tattoos, dude. I don't think it works like that. It always looks trashy. I've never seen a tattoo that I like.
He's dead.
What? Is that fucking crazy? On any dude, honestly? You say that, but there was a dude in college. There was a black guy in college who had like a sick trunks tattoo, and it was full color, and it looked fucking awesome. Unironically, a literal anime tattoo on this dude's fucking leg or something, and it looked really cool. That's the only time.
I don't think there's anything anyone could ever
Please watch the second half of the Jimmy Responds segment. Okay.
say or any explanation for any of this that would ever actually change my mind on the interpretation.
It looks like people are painting on themselves. Yeah, it doesn't, dude. You know what it looks like when you have a fucking tattoo that's in color? It looks like it was airbrushed at a carnival. It doesn't look like something that's permanently etched into your skin. And don't even get me started on the glow in the dark shit.
Of empty canvas work and splatter paintings. It is all trash.
If nothing changes Charlie's mind, that's fine. I didn't make this video for...
All right, let's move up a little bit. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is it. Ready?
Far more important to experience and think for yourself rather than letting narratives dictate what you think.
Think for yourself. Now we're going to be told the narrative that we need to believe.
I'm going to end this video by telling you about one of my favorite art pieces. It's just a fan, an electric box fan, plugged in...
Dude, just a fan. It's just a grill.
Into the wall in the museum like any other. Covered in plexiglass, blowing through just a few holes at the viewer. At first glance, it's just a fan in a room, but the description reads, soon after the death of his lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los...
Come on, bro. Come on, dude, every modern art, I think Chud Logic literally coined this. Every piece of modern art is just some guy who got AIDS.
Fan in a room, but the description reads, soon after the death of his lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los Angeles conceptual artist Boscovich discovered that Arabino's family had completely cleared out his apartment, including the artist's possessions, save for the electric box fan in this work. An entire person, existence, and relationship had been erased, like so many were during the AIDS crisis. Boscovich...
Bro, your fucking friend's dead AIDS fan is not art. It's not art.
Encased the fan in plexiglass as a kind of evidence and created cutouts to allow its circulated air to escape and be felt by the viewer, almost like an exhalation. In a sense, restoring Arabino's breath. At least as a facsimile in memoriam, Boscovich makes a tender, broken-hearted gesture towards some form of eternal life.
Oh my god. You just know this is gonna be fucking good. EFAP responds to, you're wrong about modern art. 7 hours long. 7 hours long, dude. And then I know where it is. I know where it is. Chat, do you know where it is? Do you know where it is? This is probably an amazing episode. 251.
Don't need to look into it so hard. Doesn't need. This would be a visual.
All right, let me see. Let's get there. Oh, is it not that part? I assume that would be it. It's this part. Right. Once I see the fan, we know we're in. Jesus Christ. Okay, there.
Fool or something?
Useful idea, but there's nothing to connect them whatsoever other than Charlie thought Jackson Pollock thing.
That's pretty. I can
Regardless
imagine
of whether they're
so.
left or right wing or...
What the fuck is Fringy's profile pic? What is that? What is that fucking picture, dude?
You give it this the little tiny iota of thought. It doesn't really mean anything.
About one of my favorite art pieces. It's just a fan, an electric...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Electric box
here we
fan,
go.
plugged into the wall in the museum like any other. Covered in plexiglass, blowing through just a few holes at the viewer. At first
More than a
glance,
few.
it's just a fan in a room, but the description reads...
But the law...
Oh no, dude. They can smell it coming.
But the lore of the fan.
Yeah.
So now, like, at this point, I have completely disconnected from the fan.
No, don't disconnect. There's good lore. You don't understand, Rags.
And I'm just focused on the little story, and that's going to be like, is it going to be
Actually,
like completely...
we should do that, right? Listen to his explanation.
Oh no, dude!
Like, brush the fan from memory and just listen to the explanation. Do you need the fan at that point? Let's think about it.
Oh no, dude! They're testing themselves on this.
Already there. I'm
Oh my God, here we go.
there.
Get ready for the law dump, everybody.
Disconnect, like the artist did after they got AIDS.
Soon
Is
after
this
the
about
death of his
my,
lover, museum like any other. Covered in plexiglass, blowing through just a few holes at the viewer. At first glance, it's just a fan in a room, but
Dude.
the description reads, soon after the death of his lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los Angeles conceptual artist Boscovich discovered that Arabino's family had completely cleared out his apartment, including the artist's possessions, save for the electric box fan in this work. An entire person, existence
I am actually shocked that they haven't lost it already.
and relationship had been erased, like so many were during the AIDS crisis. Boscovich encased the fan in plexiglass as a kind of evidence and created cutouts to allow its circulated air to escape and be felt by the viewer, almost like an exhalation. In a sense,
He's actually they're literally giving them like the entire thing, like the whole thing.
How could you have ever possibly ascertained that?
I feel like it's worth saying straight away, that's a better short story than that is as a piece of artwork.
True.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
a great
absolutely.
short story.
Yeah.
That's a great story, but like, I
There's
mean,
nothing
how
to-
could
like-
I have possibly?
It's like, why do we need a
believed
fan for that?
Dude, you can literally replace the fan with any other fan and nobody would know.
Where
So Chud just went on a story telling a completely random tale about how a different piece of artwork was about AIDS. And he accidentally, like, it was so perfect because he didn't know it was coming. He preempted the reveal. And it was even funnier because of the way that he did it.
there's this painting that was unfinished, and the reason it's unfinished, no joke, is because the guy died from AIDS before he finished it, right? And so the unfinished painting has become this kind of like story about people tragically being taken from us from having AIDS. And then recently someone got
Like, this was the only thing Chud really contributed to the beginning of this video. And it turned it out to be like the
Nicholas
perfect
the Goat, thank you for the
the
$5, my man.
perfect like beginning.
that and used AI to finish it, and people freaked the fuck out
Oh my god, that's demonically funny.
about it, right? Which is very funny to me because that is very much the spirit of modern art. Used against
Dude, the spirit of modern art is just some random inanimate object or unfinished piece of garbage, but it has to do with like guys dying from AIDS.
things they care about, right? Like the absurdity of completing a piece which is so important because it wasn't finished is exactly the kind of thing that they like. It's like piss Christ for wokes, essentially, right? This is something that is obviously going to be very upsetting and offensive to you, and I'm going to do it.
So he says this here, right? And then eventually he actually does watch it.
This is art, right? This is a thing. Or there's pieces of art which are analysed through the sexuality of the person that did it and the fact they died from fucking AIDS. Literally, there's that thing that we spoke about earlier.
Okay, so he then he goes back to it, mentions that he talked about it earlier, right? And then here.
Just a fan in a room.
Then like this is the full reveal when he realizes that's actually the main point of the video.
But the description reads, soon after the death of his
The description, some sob story. Oh my god, this is so obnoxious.
lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los Angeles conceptual...
Dude, tell me that is not the most satisfying reveal of that part. Because he's just like, oh god, here it comes. And then it's AIDS. It's actually fucking AIDS. And you can tell he didn't pre-watch this. Like, this looks totally genuine.
lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los Angeles conceptual...
No way! It's about AIDS! There's no way it's about AIDS!
Read yourself,
It's unbelievable! What a fucking
Nicholas DeOrio.
Dude, like a vintage segment, dude. You could tell he's actually bursting from yes, dude, that is what makes this so fucking good.
It's about AIDS!
In any other context, this guy laughing, screaming, it's about AIDS would be completely psychotic. But like, in this context, it's hilarious.
No way, dude! No way! Unbelievable! What a finish! What a finish, dude! I love it! I was talking about the AIDS painting earlier, and he's finishing up with the AIDS thing. Oh my god, dude.
He wouldn't be that animated if he pre-watched it. No, I think it would ruin the segment.
This dude.
through just a few holes at the viewer. At first glance, it's just a fan in a room, but the description reads, soon after the death of his lover, Stephen Arabino from AIDS, Los Angeles conceptual artist Boscovich discovered that Arabino's family had completed...
Yeah, I think Rob's Media wanted us to check a section. Shout out to Rob in chat right now. Ava and Jimmy responds. He wants us to see this segment right here.
Third party to conduct a thorough investigation. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any associated...
I remember when this thing went up. Yeah, this was when basically MrBeast had dropped Ava over the allegations that came from like the Prism stuff.
...of MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further
Yeah, and it's so hard when you're doing the investigations and shit, right? Because everyone just turns around and goes, oh, they investigated themselves. Uh-oh.
actions based on their findings. Many were skeptical of this so-called internal investigation, though a leaked internal email did confirm its validity. It would be months before any updates were
There's not really a way to win those things, right? When you're doing an actual company internal investigation.
given.
Even if you hire an outside company, they'll just tell you it like, oh, it doesn't matter.
With Jimmy giving more information during his interview of
Also, yes, we are using the Fantastic Foreskin right now. The Fantastic Foreskin. If you want your own foreskin that you can go get right now from the shop, you can use code DeOrio in the item shop, and you save absolutely no money while I make some money.
Oopaville.
The Ava stuff came out, and I put out that tweet. We hired the investigators to go look into it. And part of that investigation is they recommended that I not talk about drama or really do anything online because it
And this interview that we're checking out right now, this was the Oompaville one, right?
might influence, you know, witnesses or any people they might interview or ex-employees. So it's a little unfortunate because I had told them, okay, I'll wait till the investigation is over. And I believe that was literally like a week before the dog pack video came out. And then truthfully, just in transparency, I've never done one of these like big investigations before. And in my head, it was gonna last like
I mean, that's probably a good thing if you've never done one before.
2 or 3 weeks. It ended up taking a couple months, apparently combing through all the documents and doing
Well, that makes sense because they're taking employee phones and combing through those as well, right?
all the interviews and everything. Just took way longer than I thought because I've never had to bring in a top tier law firm and a former federal prosecutor and let them, do this really big thing. And so that kind of concluded a couple weeks ago when I put out the tweet of the follow-up.
Yeah.
Like that was the day I got the conclusion of it. And I was like, okay, in transparency, I'll throw this out.
So basically, the investigation found no confirmed cases of pedophilia within the company itself. After speaking with the alleged victim,
Yeah, and that's not super related to like what's happened outside. I guess the only thing that they could say wasn't really, I don't know, because it was that a work chat, I guess? I mean, regardless, that's not like I don't know. I don't remember, dude. I'm not gonna make any sweeping statements right now.
Now, Chris would end up deleting all her tweets, which Prism thinks was due to Lava GS. Lava was still friends with Chris at this time, and could have been scared enough
it's Mr. Chud Logic. What's happening here?
to start removing evidence.
We already know that he's still in contact with them because he told us in the interview. And we know that he found our video, or my video, because he commented on it. And so it just coincidentally, right after that, he deletes his Twitter accounts. And keep in mind, my
lawyers look through your DMs with Jimmy. I don't know if did I speak to him a lot before or after that? I don't remember.
Video's been up for like a month, so he deleted his Twitter account for quite a while. I think I was in Norway when he deleted his Twitter accounts, and that's
why was he in Norway? Bro sold because he looked over the med kit. Did I look over a med kit?
when Lava GS had
I hate these things. Fuck bandages, dude.
found out about the video.
The only tweet still left is Chris's public response to the accusations, writing, "I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media, to focus on my family and mental health. I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GS, has vocally supported."
Yeah, I felt bad for Lava. They kind of got fucking... I don't know, they had weird interactions with Kris Tyson. That is, like, absolutely something that did occur. But then they got kind of weaponized and used against, like, without their consent, I guess. They got, like, tricked into attacking, so they became publicly... And also, I think the worst thing that happened to Lava GS is they were friends with Bo Blacks, and Bo Blacks, like, came to me immediately and just told me every single thing they said. Like, I mean, the worst thing that happened is that, like, they were friends with Bo Blacks.
that they are false. I humbly apologize to anyone I have heard of my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump these two factors together, to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad edgy jokes is disgusting.
Like, I think I even have a call from Lava leaked with Bo Blacks that he had just shared with me unprompted one day when he was like manic and schizo, and I never published it because I felt bad for the person.
Happen.
I think I have that still somewhere.
In past years, I have learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at MrBeast, which is why I have stepped away. This felt half-assed, with Keemstar replying, "You didn't apologize to me a month ago in private, when I brought up your behavior supporting the
Ultimately, though, what would be an ideal response for Kris Tyson to make? I mean, like, I don't know. This person owned Shadman art and had it in their house. What kind of sorry would really, like, quell the issue there?
Toon CP artist.
Yeah,
That drew
yeah,
my
I mean, yeah, that's literally what Keem's bringing up immediately.
8-year-old daughter in a sexual way. What changed? Also, it's important to note that Kris claims they left voluntarily.
And Keem told me he called Kris Tyson and like didn't like blasted them pretty intensely about this. Like I think that's what happened. I don't remember the exact stuff he said because I remember he called me in the middle of the day and he's like, "I'm so fucking mad right now."
While Jimmy claims he removed her from the company, who do I believe? Well, I'd have to say Jimmy, since Kris spends the apology downplaying her actions.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Lava, he had continued to double down on the assertion that he wasn't a victim of Kris, even calling out 2 YouTubers he believed were spreading the narrative. The problem was that the videos in question didn't discuss the Lava—
Yeah, that was why I was going after Lava. Lava completely fucking slandered Sensitive Society. And like, that person's content is pretty bad. So usually, like, whenever they get called out, it's pretty accurate. I've never seen someone slander them before, I guess. Like, that was completely out of the blue. They just didn't watch the video and assumed it was, like, completely, like, bullshit.
situation at all.
I wrote the Lava person, and then, like, Lava sent my DMs to Boblax to, like, shit on me.
But instead, the Shadman stuff. Lava would apologize a day later, specifically citing—
Which I'm pretty sure we're on good terms now, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
The videos made by Prism42 and Brion. This would get Lava in a ton of scrutiny, especially from Cheeto, one of the creators—
Dude, Cheeto. It's our favorite gambling YouTuber, Schizophrenic.
He falsely called out. Cheeto was especially—
Dude, didn't Cheeto accuse Aiden of gang stalking? Like, Aiden is gang stalking Cheeto right now?
Vocal about the Kris Tyson situation.
Yeah, dude, oh my god, the Cheeto shit is so funny, because he's like, you guys won't talk about Kris Tyson, you guys won't talk about Kris Tyson, you guys won't talk about Kris Tyson. And then simultaneously, the big thing at this time was like, it was a left versus right thing of like, which potential sex offender, is that like a good way to write it? To say it? Like, which potential, like, deranged, I don't know. It was between Kris Tyson and Dr. Disrespect, and depending on your politics, these people were making, like, extremely weird defenses of both of these people. It would be like, you're not covering Kris Tyson because you're afraid. And they're like, but also Dr. Disrespect has done nothing wrong. Or they'd be like, Dr. Disrespect is a degenerate and you're spending all your time attacking Kris Tyson. It was such a weird, like, politics freak-off.
Calling out streamers in the Poggers community.
So yeah, so like Cheeto went in ham. Ludwig, you haven't even made a video attacking Kris Tyson yet. Why? Because you're pandering to trans people or something. And then it was like the Dr. Disrespect stuff gets confirmed, and then he just never makes a video about it. He makes like 5 more fucking Kris Tyson videos and just never really addresses it meaningfully.
That he believed were sweeping up the drama. The concern was that certain streamers were quick to call out Dr. Disrespect, but not Ava.
Dr. Disrespect called him Dr. Did Some Shit. Oh yeah, Papa Gut called him Dr. Did Some Shit, and I haven't let that go. And yeah, it is pretty funny.
Ava, thinking there was some inherent bias.
Yeah.
This isn't entirely accurate, as those like Ludwig didn't call out Dr.
We covered that in our... I'm not going to go back and go through his history and like litigate it, because he's like a small-time player. But if you go back and watch my video on Cheeto, we pretty much show that he's like a total hypocrite.
Disrespect until after he admitted to the crime in question.
Embarrassingly
Also,
so.
when Cheeto was calling this out, Jimmy and Kris hadn't publicly responded yet. Another person called out was Moist Critical, mainly by Sneeko. Sneeko believed Charlie was also avoiding the drama despite speaking out against the doc.
Yo, look out, Moist Critical is not going to go talk about the Kris situation because he wants to have the Mr.
Yeah, this was so common, just like regurgitating this.
Beast collab. Bro, you're going to talk about every other trending situation, Dr. Disrespect, Sneeko, anything.
Yeah, like, it's always Dr. Disrespect.
That goes viral, it goes on your main channel.
Like, it's completely bizarre.
Of the biggest YouTube channel in the world, you do a 4-minute clip on your second channel. Stop coping and be a journalist if you're going to be a journalist, or just say that you want to have the collab. Stop lying.
Bro, nobody fucking thinks that Charlie is a fucking journalist. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
Charlie had already discussed the situation on a live stream, and did end up making a 20-minute video on Kris, so it's especially retarded from Sneeko. This clip ended up resparking the drama between the two, resulting in a disastrous debate. It was an optics L for both.
Yeah, it was when the gun popped up, dude.
Charlie claims it's
I can't believe he got doxxed. Did you see the gun pop up?
okay for children to get their dicks chopped off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And Sneeko once again argues in favor of child marriage. Sneeko would also spread accusations of his own against Kris, seeing that he actually knew her at one
No,
point.
this was the trans one. There were so many weird Sneeko versus Charlie controversies.
Look at me.
Yo.
Look at me, the big three. This is the OG big three. Mr.
The debate
Beast.
was abysmal. I don't know what debate was good. Do you remember the thumbnail we did when we covered this? I think the video like bombed, but the thumbnail was psychotic. Let me look up Sneeko. Nicholas DeOrio Sneeko. Let me see. What was the thumbnail that we did for this? Oh, yeah. Dude, look at yeah, this video bombs, but the thumbnail was also a pretty fucking bomb. What do you guys think? Banger or what? Dude, live CP debate. It's exploitative. From two of the smartest intellectuals of our time.
Were they ripping toxic shit off stream?
Hell yes, bro.
No way.
Bro, Kris used to say nigger. He used to say nigger.
No way.
He used to be a Trump supporter, like these fucking niggas coming in the country. Like,
all right. We're just gonna move past. Rob, I don't think you censor that word enough.
Thousand we used to know. Now, despite all the false accusations of
But if your videos are still green, I might be wrong.
sweeping for Kris, there were some genuinely trying to do that. Namely, the breadtubers. Now, these people weren't downplaying Kris's actions because they legitimately support.
Again, Denim's shit is so funny. Keffels got exposed for like fucking running a GoFundMe and then like taking a bunch of money from trans people who probably needed it, because realistically the entire trans community runs off of donations. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we need to get you out of a bad living situation? Start a GoFundMe. Oh, you need fucking money for medication or surgery? Okay, that's great. We'll start a GoFundMe. So, like, when you take advantage of those people as a trans person, you're, like, infinitely worse. And then she was like, yeah, well, I could be covering, like, Piers Morgan or something. And not Piers Morgan. Like, I could be covering, like, conservatives right now. Why would I really spend the time on Keffels? That person's on the same team as me. Like, saying the quiet part out loud.
Pedophilia or something. It has to do with this inherent team sports mentality they all have. These leftists are seeing that certain figures on the far right are going after Kris, and instead of giving a nuanced take, they want the backlash to seem unjustified. And Kris definitely is left-leaning. I mean, she was once one of the largest transgender influencers on the internet, and will constantly debate the topic of randos. The first breadtuber I'll mention is Big Joel, who responded to Kris's tweet. For what? Being edgy on Discord 7 years ago? I watched about 15 minutes of one of those takedown videos, and it was too vapid to continue. If anyone had—
Oh, dude, I haven't seen Big Joel in a while. Is this person still posting? I always saw Big Joel in the way that people see, like Ryan Beard. Like, that person was like an actual fucking moron. Like, clearly, consistently, all the time, absolutely fucking stupid.
Had actual evidence of the supposed grooming, it would be everywhere. Disgusted by this, and by MrBeast's mutual agreement, Big Joel will then fire off more tweets, spurging out about how all the hate is due to transphobia. Chud Logic called him out.
Oh shit, dude, Chud Logic, bro. Chud Logic got in here. These leftoid freaks cannot stop themselves from defending the indefensible. First, EdenIsOnline, now this retard. Kris Tyson was not being edgy. They were consuming sexualized drawings of children.
For downplaying the Shadman stuff as just Kris being edgy. He then shared Joel the Adrox video, to which he engaged in whataboutism by saying others enjoy—
Oh yeah, and he fought back, dude.
Shadman. So why should we care if Kris did? The argument went on for a while.
That reminds me of the fucking... Dude, that reminds me of the fucking tipster beef.
And Joel would end up deleting all of his tweets.
I forgot all about this.
Next is EdenIsOnline.
Yeah, didn't he just never defend them again after, like, he just got pushed on it and then he just stopped? That was what I remember.
Sorry, Eden Riley. This stunning, beautiful woman decided to briefly mention the allegations, pulling up the Adrox video on stream and not engaging with it. Eden instead just skims through it and nitpicks the editing. Just like Joel, Eden downplays the situation by mentioning how long ago it was.
Don't watch that fucking dog shit video. So bad. Such an awful, fucking terribly formatted video. Literally the worst fucking YouTube video I've seen in a long time. Literally just to be like, MrBeast's friend said...
Why did you cheat on your wife? Wait. Who cheated on whose wife?
7 years ago.
Mika is heartbroken. What is happening right now?
Had some inappropriate tweets that were a really bad look. You're avoiding the video? That's the whole point. What am I avoiding? What am I avoiding?
I love that this take is coming from the same group of people who will call you a racist if you said the gamer word when you were a teenager. Yet, when Chris is caught liking Lolly as a grown adult, it's a-okay. Eden then gives one guide by the legendary Twitch chatter, I Get Blacked.
Dude, why would you ever respond to anyone with the username I Get Blacked? And I remember, because people in our community were just going to their streams and like fucking with them. And they were just like responding constantly to. I don't think that person's from our community, but...
calls out their inherent bias.
Chris has liked images with underage characters. Bro, you are talking about a Nazi pedophile artist that was like massively popular on YouTube at the time.
That is just not a sentence, dude. That is just not like a... But like, even if that is your position, wouldn't that still be bad?
I'm sorry. It was fucking 7 years ago. Showing it to me is fucking gross. I don't want to see it.
Oh, I get it.
It's irrelevant.
It's not. It was not irrelevant.
Since this time.
But this is again how like Nick was acting. This is how Nick is not green was literally acting with Super Mega. I mean, would you look back? Like, would you give the same grace to Eden if Eden made the same video Nick just did? Would you be like, guys, it's been 2 years, leave this person alone? Or is like Eden enough of a lol cow where you wouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt?
Chris transitioned. Is now Ava. To give you an idea of how fucking long ago this was! Stop being defensive, you follow Chris on Twitter. Dude, this was a completely different time. I was in high school when this happened. I had no idea who fucking...
Whoa! Holy shit, dude. That was an insane pause. What did she even say? Does anyone know? Dude, whoa. Oh my god. That was a crazy pause, dude.
Completely different time. I was in high school when this happened. I had no idea who fucking MrBeast was, and neither did MrBeast. He wasn't even around. What are you saying?
Okay, crisis averted. All right, no slurs. No, none.
Yeah, your username, by the way, is I Get Blacked. You're also fucking weird as fuck for that.
Mind you, this is the same person who labeled pedophile hunting as inherently right-wing.
So, of course, because the Predator...
All right, maybe this person has said... Maybe Eden has said too much stuff. Who did Eden call out, though? Oh, Eden went after Alex Rosen after Alex Rosen became, like, a really good pedophile hunter. That was the mistake of the millennia. Like, Alex Rosen 3 years prior, when he fucked up EDP, would have been a really good video target. But she waited until Alex Rosen, like, became such a good pedophile hunter that he was being recommended by his local police department. And was like logging all their captures on websites with like updates and stuff when people were getting convicted. And like that was when Eden went to fight. And it wasn't because Alex Rosen was like a bad pedo hunter, because he wasn't at that time. It was because Alex Rosen said the N-word and fucking was like anti-vax or something.
Hunter, anti-pedophile dog whistles are extremely right-wing in nature. He was also on Tim Pool's show, where I think a pedophile hunter should be.
And of course, when Eden was called out for that shitty video...
Like, there was time to critique... Like, you could have said a lot of valid shit about Alex Rosen. Do you guys remember the video of Alex Rosen where he made, like, the pedophile box his friend and said if he won the boxing match fair and square, they wouldn't call the police? Like, that's just more inadmissible slop farming for pedo hunters. Like, that's, like, probably the worst shit you could possibly do, because you're not even trying at that point to get a conviction. You're, like, having your friend beat this guy up in boxing gloves. Like, that shit's pathetic. But he doesn't do that anymore. Like, he legitimately changed his fucking content and started actually doing stuff that could put people in jail, right?
They played the victim by mentioning how they got raped.
That wasn't Alex Rosen? Yeah, it was! Early in Alex Rosen's career, yeah! He was doing shit like that. Like, the EDP sting sucked. They were, like, frantically calling the police as he was running away. It was obvious that that wasn't, like, with police intervention or whatever, and that was content farming in some capacity. Yeah, 100%. He completely changed his shit, though, and he's a significantly better hunter now.
As a kid. And finally, we have a channel favorite BreadTuber.
Bro took the criticism? Yeah, but dude, that's the thing with Nick is Not Green. He didn't make a video saying, here's all the bad things I ever did. He put pedophiles in jail. He just went out and did it. And you know what? I don't think he's ever apologized for it either. Not that I've seen. But I'll be the first to correct you when people say he's a bad pedo hunter. Because he went out and he fucking did it. He went out and fixed his shit. That means more to me than any 50-minute video of like, sorry, ever will.
You know her, you love her, Denims.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger.
Denims would watch Charlie's video on stream and nitpick the hell out of it. She makes ludicrous statements, like,
oh, shocker, Denims made a bad video explaining something that she's extremely biased on.
That the poster on Chris's wall isn't lolly.
But the art that Ava had, the poster...
What? Wait, she tipstered and nobody... Dude, this should be like a primo Denims clip. Wait, this happened? She defended... Dude, if you've ever seen the drawing, even censored, you would know it's like indefensible.
Poster, as far as I see, doesn't look like it is or is not a fucking child.
Bro, it's got braces. You're a deranged freak to have that position. This is literally like, I will defend the fucking... Her position is she will defend the pedophile art to attack fucking rightoids who are criticizing Kris Tyson. I'm sorry, bro. This shit should be like career ending. I'm sorry.
It's like edgy art.
It's not edgy art. It's like fucking... It's literally content pandering to pedophiles who wanted to buy his work, okay? And that's the nicest way to put it. You could be much more uncharitable and probably still right.
And that's it. The person who made it...
Bro, you would never defend Shadman outside of the context of a trans person owning their artwork. Never in a million fucking years. If Ethan Klein owned artwork by fucking Shadman, it would be #1 point on why you're calling him a pedophile or something. Alright? But a trans person owns this fucking edgy artwork, and we have to like literally get on the floor and lick it up. It's so pathetic how fucking biased these people are.
Apparently went on to make child porn art, which...
If it's career ending, then no more Tipster dunking on Bo Blacks. I'm sorry, where is Tipster's current career? Again, like, Tipster's been mogging Bo Blacks, but it basically was career ending for Tipster. Yeah, I mean, and again, even then, if you want to pull up the Tipster thing, Tipster, like, literally completely disavows this and has eaten shit on it so many times since they made that comment. Denims will never reference this again in any capacity.
On Twitter.
Same.
Like, again, Denims will never reference this position again unless Ethan literally forces her to do it. If anything, you should spam this clip to Ethan, because it'd be funny, it'd be more content.
By the way, but why are you saying Ava bought a child porn poster when the poster she bought wasn't?
Oh my god, this is crazy. I didn't realize she died on Lolly Hill. That's so funny. Like, this is something that realistically should get fucking... This should just go to... This should have been on Twitter the entire time. I don't know why this hasn't been posted a million times.
Why did you say that?
First of all, Shadman was already known for drawing lolicon at this point. And second, the drawing in question is very obviously a young girl. It's not exactly common for a grown woman to have braces. Denims also uses whataboutism, and brings up the Dr. Disrespect drama to placate the Ava
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. You don't even have to say that. This is a guy known for drawing fucking illustrated child porn. This is literally a guy whose chief export is drawing illustrated child porn. At this point, he'd already drawn, like, Keemstar's daughter, Soph, and fucking X23. What's her name again? What is the fucking actress's name again? She's like she's gonna be like in every Marvel movie now, I think. Fuck. What is her fucking name? Daphne Keane. Like, she'd already, like, Shadman's biggest controversies was drawing real children in sexually exploitative things, right? So, like, I'm sorry, if the guy whose chief export is illustrated child porn draws something with braces, I feel like it's pretty fucking reasonable to come to the conclusion that it was drawn to be a child, right? You know, that's kind of the thing.
This is another instance where I feel like it's very bizarre that people are comparing the Dr. Disrespect.
Nick, you know what you must do. I can't send anything to Ethan. I think you guys think that I'm a liar. I don't have any... the closest I could do is, like, send the clip to AB, And I've really not even used that very often. The majority of stuff that like Ethan has heard from me, if he even has, is live in my streams. I don't have I don't have a one-to-one conversation that I can't DM Ethan. I can't DM Hila. I've never spoken to them personally off stream ever that I can remember.
Situation to Ava's situation, because Dr. Disrespect was a 33-year-old man flirting with mine.
And again, here it is. So Denims walks into the wall again saying like, you're fucking... Again, I don't want to say it because specifically I'm not trying to open myself up to a fucking defamation case from anybody here, but the overall community perspective was it was pedo versus pedo. Like the left pedo or the right pedo. And that's how people were describing this on social media at the time. Like that was a very common thing that was happening. It was like a left versus right, like which choose your fighter type position.
Ava was a 20-year-old trying to make stupid jokes with minors. One of them is like, dude, what the fuck are you thinking? You're crazy. You're trying to commit a felony. And the other one is like, oh my God, you are cringe. You are beyond cringe. Don't do this. Stop. What are you doing? Stop trying to talk.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Send this to AB so it can be brought into the court case.
So it can be brought into the court case law. Can you please explain this
But what
line
would it...
about
Wait, all right,
defending CP?
whoa. All right, I feel like you guys got to get lost in the sauce here. What would a clip of Denims defending illustrated child porn or lolicon artwork, right? What would that really... Why would that ever show up in the lawsuit? Like, why would that be there? How would that benefit Ethan legally if he had access to that clip? It would just be funny to see him post it on the story, right?
Talk to teenagers. Don't talk to them.
It would show bad character. I don't know.
I just want to remind you...
Listen, by just me putting it on my stream, it will get where it needs to go. I don't have to send it to anybody. It'll get there.
That Denims has explicitly said that she won't criticize those on her side because she finds it to be a waste of time.
My perspective is, I don't like to spend my time going after...
Yeah, again, that's... Yeah, okay. This is the clip from the Keffels thing that I mentioned earlier. So Denims, I don't think she's like pro fucking lolicon or anything, but what I do think she's doing is just like targeted misinformation, right? It's just like she throws up a smoke screen to defend any leftist that's currently in controversy. Liquid opinions, no actual take on anything, just doing sides cuts Twitch poll like argumentation. Very much the same way that she's been treating Ethan, very much the same way that she's been treating everybody in this drama. But here, with this Keffels thing that I mentioned earlier, right? They're explicitly talking about someone who's like stolen money from the trans community, right? For their own personal gain by using a GoFundMe and exploiting them to get this money and go on a European vacation, right? And now Denims is like asked to cover this content, right? Which would be relevant to her actual like subject matters and stuff she commonly talks about. And she's like, nah, I'd rather go after a right-winger. Sorry, I'm not going to cover this. My bad.
Going after other people that are on the left, right? And that's just because I think my time is better spent.
Like, yeah, this literally should be like career ending.
Making fun of people on the right. You guys...
I'm just a sides cuts pathetic loser. Okay, that's great. Now there's no reason to watch you. You have no actual opinions. You're here with like you have a glorious purpose that you are burdened with.
I can disagree, and I'm not saying that no one should ever do this.
I can't believe someone would ever say this out loud. That's what really like blows my mind.
And I'm not saying that I think it's bad to do this. I'm saying I don't like to spend my time fighting with people who are saying that they're on the left. I think
it's not even with people who are on the left who claim to be on the left is insane.
It's much more effective for me to make fun of people on the right.
I've never seen someone openly do team sports. Well, Denims is extremely unintelligent and popular for her breasts. So, I mean, that's very... I mean, listen, all right, it's kind of written in there. It's been spoken.
Instead of... Because every minute I'm spending making fun of somebody else on the left, I could be making fun of someone on the right. Right?
This is a pattern of behavior for her. That has led to...
nobody has ever seemed to have been able to explain to me any other reason why this person is popular other than like traditionally attractive.
Denims defending some really weird shit. Most notably...
Denims is the best at what she does. Good one.
Balenciaga, after they released an ad campaign sexualizing minors. And
Oh my god, wait, I forgot the Balenciaga argument. So many leftists walked into a truck with that.
Keffels, after they got exposed as a predatory scammer. Speaking of the Keffels drama, Chris would actually DM Muda.
Like, I don't know, when did fucking child abuse become a political issue where we have to like navigate in the bounds of our political ideology? Why can't we just call it out? Because you don't want to give right-wingers... This is how, like, Eden started criticizing Alex Rosen, guys who are putting, like, pedophiles in jail. Because you can't look past the fact that you disagree politically, so you have to attack, like, literal pedophile hunters who actually put people in jail. It's crazy.
Are of some ordinary gamers, following the release of his Keffels video.
And now, I mean, again, you could make that argument that it's literally like that again with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, like, crazy MAGA sycophants are on Twitter being like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein, probably not that big of a deal, guys. Donald Trump said, stand down. Why would we talk about Jeffrey Epstein? He said it's not a big deal. I don't know. Dude, politics, like, destroys any discussions ever. It's extremely fucking cringy.
Instead of congratulating him on exposing Keffels' degeneracy, which included promoting DIY HRT to minors that contain lolly on the packaging, she chose to chew him out for not criticizing kiwi farms hard enough.
Now, Chris hits me up in the middle of a drive back home from New York and says, so glad you said there's legit info on kiwi. She's referring to kiwi farms.
Nicholas DeOrio's
legit being people telling people to go to my house and, do something bad. That website is the reason my child has a gun pointed at him by cops. They renamed my family businesses on Google, harass, and dox.
I don't even remember this. Was this too Mudahar?
On Nicholas
What
DeOrio.
the right's going crazy right now? Yeah, I mean, we criticize the left. I mean, it's insane how this Jeffrey Epstein stuff is going. I gotta be honest with you. This is probably my hottest take of the night. I didn't really think that South Park episode was very good. I thought it was fine. It just felt rushed, I guess. I didn't like I think it was the jokes were funny and it was fine, but like I don't know, I think it felt off about the production of the episode, I guess. Like my issue wasn't even the jokes at like Donald Trump. I didn't even care that like some of the Trump stuff is overplayed, and I thought the Paramount twist was really good. It just felt like they just threw the episode together in like 3 days.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5, my man.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really like it. I gotta be I don't know. I hope that like the other episodes feel more full, I guess. I don't know.
My family members.
It felt like they like upped the production quality for some of the 6-episode season episodes, and that just didn't feel like it had it.
To the point where there
weren't really even like a lot of speaking lines from the characters either, I guess. Like it didn't, I don't know.
Talk to me anymore, and are the reasons I had to move. So thank you for sending more eyes to the bottom of the barrel of the internet, where transphobia is encouraged by the creator who enjoys and has encouraged doxes of me because they think that I am a...
How people reacted to it was funnier than the whole... Yeah, that's actually super accurate. Going on Twitter and reading people having mental breakdowns about it, who've been like propping up South Park for years because of their content about trans people, to see them freak out about kind of reusing the Saddam joke to talk about fucking Trump. That was funny.
I recommend watching Nicholas
There has been
DeOrio's
so much
latest
cope
video.
about it. That has actually been really funny.
Which person being paid by Disney to transition.
And then, dude, and then Trump's fucking response, or at least the White House's response, where they're like, it's a fourth-rate show, and they're out of ideas. And it's like they just signed a $1.5 billion contract. They're more relevant than ever. They might lose it. I don't know if they could still lose it now after all of this new shot. But it's like, yeah, no, I mean, they became billionaires talking shit online. They're literally like the ideal people to look up to in this space.
Now, this is a very wild accusation because if Ava took maybe even 5 minutes out of her life to watch...
So Ava DM Mudahar... By the way, this is a vintage Mudahar video where the lighting is so bad, he just fades into the background. Like, that's... I could see his monitor better than I could see him.
The video that she is so hard on criticizing, then she would realize that I actually decry what the actual website would do if it means harassing and doxing anyone. There's no actual, way that anybody can approve of that kind of behavior. It's fucked up. But I believe the reason why, Kris
I'm
Tyson
sorry, I can't listen to any more Mudahar. Wait, this is a whole section on Nathan Weddle? What is Nathan Weddle doing in this video? It says Nathan W.
But we all know who he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for...
Alright.
Nicholas the Goat.
Oh, the
thank you
Nathan
for the
W is like the
$5, my
bald
man.
guy thing. We checked that out last time. I want to check out the Muskina allegations. That's what I'm interested in. We're going to move forward. This video is pretty good, though. If you want to check out the rest of it, I actually do 100% recommend going to Rob's Media. We are only really going to... We're going to cover this. We covered this on 2 separate streams for at least an hour apiece, and we didn't even watch like a half of the video. So this is the Muskina allegation. There's a lot of weird shit associated with Chris that really gets never talked about. This is, I believe, one of those.
Around the time the Discord got leaked, Another person came forward with their own experience regarding Ava. Something more recent. Muskina, who I'll just call Jess, made allegations regarding sexual assault, which—
Oh, wait, I forgot about this. Was this in the, one of the dog pack videos?
does lead down another—
Have you seen Brandon's Sam Hyde documentary? Alright, I'm gonna say what everybody's thinking, okay? Why did he make that video? I'm not watching it. Why did he make that video? If you can't engage at all whatsoever with the allegations against Sam Hyde, I feel like making a video that's like the Sam Hyde documentary is really dumb. That's a really dumb decision. And like, he does this kind of content. So I think that like engaging with it in some capacity, even like a dismissal, is better than not talking about it at all. Now, if he does and I've been misinformed, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not watching that. Sorry.
Important rabbit hole, and it's crucial for the next few sections of this video.
Like, that's a bizarre fucking decision to make a video and just not talk about it.
Jess reached out to Chris in November 2022. Before the latter had announced their transition, Chris would ask about the process of taking HRT, and the two would begin talking every day. Jess soon asked if she can get a job at MrBeast, with Chris saying she can at least get her in a challenge video. Though things between them soon got sexual after her and Chris started exchanging numbers. She wrote, on one—
Yeah, was this a sexual assault allegation? Is that what he said? I didn't realize I was being coerced at the time. I don't remember when
occasion, she asked—
when did we cover this? We covered this in, I think, was it the third dog pack video where this came out?
Me to join a video call and asked me to masturbate even though she knew I wasn't feeling well, which led to me joining her and then puking after a few minutes. Our conversations always leaned in the direction of affectionate and sexual, and she sent me a lot of sexually explicit Snapchats, messages, photos, and videos. She claims that they had a confusing relationship.
It's not just on Sam, it's on the whole group. Okay, but if what is the video called again? Just to be clear, what is the video called? All right, if I go to Brandon Buckingham's channel right now, I'm gonna go to Brandon fucking Buckingham's YouTube channel. Okay, let's say I go there. It's called The Truth About Sam Hyde. This is not a video going over his iDubbbz documentary. It's not a video being like, remember this Sam Hyde moment or something. It's a video called The Truth About Sam Hyde. I think the expectation is you're going to engage with that piece of media if you're going to make a video on Sam Hyde. This Brandon Buckingham does a documentary about $1 million stream with Sam Hyde and all these people. I feel like if you're titling the video The Truth About Sam Hyde, you're opening yourself up to the criticism about like the allegation, I guess. Because again, I don't think anyone's really made like, who's like the best person who made a video on that? Soph? I didn't see that video, but it was like, wasn't like a child the one who made the video to begin with? I still to this day don't really understand the mechanics of it, right? I don't know what exactly happened, but I feel like that would be like the video or the thing to include in the video. Also, he donated the Daily Stormer thing we knew about because we asked him about that, but the allegation itself is probably something that would be included in a video about the truth about Sam Hyde.
A relationship that Chris would escalate after flying her out to North Carolina. The first night at her house, she told me to set up in her bedroom, as I would be sleeping in there with her. I thought that this was potentially the beginning of a relationship. When we went to bed together that night, we ended up cuddling and kissing, which led to her taking her clothes off and asking for oral sex from me. I went down on her.
Alright, do we get... I don't want to hear just the whole retelling of the allegations. What is this?
Errett has been the main defender of Chris ever since the drama went mainstream, as he claims the MrBeast company and Amazon want her to remain silent on the accusations. He became known—
I mean, I could believe that, like, hey, just shut the fuck up.
For his role in the Dream SMP, but hasn't posted much content in the past year. Following the release of Jess's allegations, he downplayed Chris's actions as just edgy jokes.
Is this Carl Jacobs?
And claims Jess was deluded. He claims Chris never liked her that way, and only saw her as a sister. Jess had also tweeted out some insane messages about how she wanted to kill herself, which Chris had her delete. Errett also claims that Jess wanted to be fired, since she wanted to work remotely. Jess would respond in multiple tweets, mainly pointing out that the latter claim wasn't entirely true. She then called out Errett for not reaching out to her, despite having multiple ways to contact her. Errett is clearly just sweeping for Chris, as they got a ton of shit wrong. Both Nathan and Lava, who clearly don't like each other, would both call him out for the claim that Kris never knew their ages. Kris 100% knew Lava's age. That's such a wild claim, especially saying the server was deleted as soon as Kris found out, considering Lava joined the Discord around 2017, when he was 14 or 15, and the server got deleted in
We never really heard anything about the server. Like, that was something that never really got fleshed out.
2021. It took Kris 4 years to realize Lava was a minor, after voice chatting with him hours a day per week. In August 2024, allegations came out about Eric liking lolly shit on Twitter, which he immediately denied. In that response, they also address a rumor that Kris would break up with him if he started
Like, is that, I assume that would be fleshed out as part of, like, the big behind the scenes thing, right? It was just kind of like, that's there, it's either what it is or it's not, and we're never going to talk about it again.
taking HRT.
You talked about it deeper in the previous section, gotcha. So if you want to check out Rob's Media's video, he's got more on that in the section titled Discord Leaks, yeah.
Jess responded with an alleged quote from Kris herself.
I'm just shocked that, like, it doesn't seem like many people really addressed it after that.
I asked if I can only use he/him pronouns for him and call him my boyfriend. I also told him that I'm attracted to his masculine features, and that if he wants to transition into a woman, then we have to break up. She added on, we have to use he/him for Alistair, because Ava said she would break up with him if she couldn't call him by he/him pronouns to refer to him as her boyfriend. She said she would dump him if he transitioned into a woman. He had just publicly started HRT.
Just make sure to watch the final
Jess also received a leaked Discord message from one of Eric's staff members, meaning even they're tired of the sweeping.
Dude, there has been so much, like, the MrBeast employee pipeline is insane. There's, like, the ones who are working with, like, Dogpack, and the ones who, like, didn't like, dude, there was just so much, it's such a, there's so many people there, it's hard to keep everybody on the same page and not talking to anyone.
Eric, who tried,
like, didn't, was it former MrBeast employees? We never really heard what happened with that, where, like, Dogpack went to California with Rosanna and met with a bunch of them. I don't remember if that was former or current.
Try to briefly address all this drama on stream, where they mainly just place the blame on Twitter being toxic and people being clueless.
There a poster on Twitter about you? What the fuck? What was the post? To be fair, I don't want to know. I haven't used Twitter in a long time, so...
I was not expecting that voice. Was anyone expecting that voice?
People just like to make up shit.
That is a fucking deep voice.
If there is anything you want me to address, I can address it, because I can assure you I've got nothing to hide. Twitter's being stupid. Twitter's certainly a place. Oh, absolutely. There's a reason, like...
Yeah, this is like Pirate Software's second puberty.
Don't want to talk about that. Do I really care that much? There's stuff I want to talk about, but I think I'll leave it a couple more weeks until some things have wrapped up, and then I can talk about it all.
The voice Pirate wishes he had. This is a she? I was unaware. I completely missed that.
If you are one of my moderators, you already know absolutely everything. But I'm going to leave it a couple more weeks before I talk about everything else publicly. Because...
Well, if she goes by she, her pronouns, something tells me the voice is not fake.
Shit's been tiring. Just know that there is a lot I want to say on certain topics, and there is a very large and very powerful entity who...
Dude, it's so nice to be back in a drama where the very large and powerful entity is not like a fucking dog whistle about the Jews, and they're talking about MrBeast again. Because whenever we hear, oh, large, powerful entity, it's like Ethan Klein and the Jews are taking us out now in current day. But back then, they're just talking about Jimmy.
Ideally wants everyone to not talk so that all the problems can go away in time. Whether or not that'll work for them, we'll see.
Alright, now the alt account stuff. I don't know what I want to check out the last part. A nightmare for MrBeast, and then there's an outro segment.
Was Sunny V2 right all along? Well, not really.
No, Sunny V2 is not right all along. Sunny V2's video is still like a pretty fucking bad.
Really. While his reasoning for why Kris could negatively impact MrBeast was retarded, she did end up becoming a nightmare for MrBeast.
Yeah, ultimately.
This situation of Kris opened up entirely new rabbit holes. Rabbit holes that tarnished—
It was literally like, Kris is trans, therefore this will be a huge problem in the future. And then it's like, Kris like had like lolicon, was accused of like talking to minors, and that is absolutely not of the same cloth as the things that were being said.
Jimmy's reputation for months. as demons from his past would come to haunt him.
It's like a Tommy C one where it's like, you will fail, I'm telling you. And then the person fails like 8 years later and Tommy's like, I told you, see?
In late July, a former MrBeast employee named Dawson French, better known—
Yay, Dogpack, my favorite YouTuber. Yay. Love it.
Known as Dogpack404, would release a trilogy of videos attempting to expose the Beast Company for being fraudulent. In reality,
That's
this
called hindsight bias. Yeah, veil of hindsight ruins YouTube content sometimes. It really does.
was a disgruntled employee who only worked at the company for a few weeks, and basically threw shit at the wall to see what'll stick. Most of the things he went after Jimmy for were total horseshit, and the latter has since threatened to sue for defamation. In the second video, Dogpack brought on Jake Weddle, a former Beast employee, and easily the funniest comedian on the planet.
Swear to God, I was in my room dancing like BBL Drizzy.
I'm so mad that you have forced me to then watch this clip again. I never wanted to hear him say BBL Drizzy ever again, and you have put me in a position where I must endure.
BBL Drizzy.
Please stop. Please stop with this. This is not okay. This is actually fucking this. They show this to people to torture them, all right? Like to get terrorists put away, dude.
This guy claims he was tortured in a MrBeast challenge, where he had to stay in a room for a couple of weeks. Honestly, just watching this guy's content makes me feel like he wasn't tortured enough. Someone get Jake—
Holy fuck, yes, dude, yes! I love this fucking channel, and I died, damn it.
Tank Season 5, please. I want him to meet Frank Hassel. Jake is mainly—
Oh my god, that's like the meanest thing I've ever heard anyone say. I want him to meet Frank Hassel.
Relevant because he brought up a former manager at MrBeast named Delaware, who was a registered sex offender.
Do you know why they called him Delaware?
In 2010, he was convicted for sexual intercourse with someone under the age of 14 when he was 16.
And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And you know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear—
Dude, why would you wear— He's like one video where he wore a fucking mask, dude. And they're like, oh, he always wears masks in the video. Therefore, that's how they knew. They were trying to hide a pedophile on the payroll because he's wearing a mask.
Sex offender. But when I was there—
Like, they literally had him in his Best Buy uniform on video with his fucking mask off. Like, any research that they did into this guy would have yielded that result.
They called him Delaware. He's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently, they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware.
Now, Jake is wrong about a lot of stuff here, especially in regards to Jimmy, knowing that the guy was on the sex offender registry.
That, I mean, videos with tens of millions of views collectively, you know, claiming I called a guy Delaware because he committed a crime in Delaware. Like, you know, that is not true. His name was just Delaware. I didn't, you know, call him Delaware to make fun of him or anything. And, I mean, I'm sure you're gonna ask me about it later, but like, there's literally, he was in a video before I hired him, working at Best Buy, wearing a name tag.
Yeah, I remember we showed people this, and their minds were blown that you could literally just go on Jimmy's channel and find a picture of Delaware with a name tag saying Delaware on his Best Buy uniform, and like, it's such an easy fact check that, like, why do you have to lie? Do you think that Best Buy named him Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware?
Nick just started insulting me viciously on
Yeah,
Twitter.
dude, that's what it was, dude. That was 100. Yeah, dude, he hired this pedophile, and Best Buy was in on it.
That said Delaware, and like that was public information, and like, you know, anyone could have saw that.
He knew, dude. He knew to hire this pedophile because of because Best Buy like must have given him away.
Even during when that was like getting shared.
Yeah, dude, Best Buy thought it was funny there's a pedo.
A couple months ago. I even sent that to a couple of YouTubers. I was like, hey, just so you know, like,
Dude, Dogpack, the woke take is that he's bad. The broke take is that he's just a bad journalist. The woke take is that he's Best Buy affiliated media trying to distance themselves from Delaware. Could you imagine if Best Buy paid like millions of dollars of their declining sales money to slander MrBeast?
I didn't call him Delaware because of this messed up thing. Like, that was just his name, and here's proof. And I guess I probably shouldn't say the name of the creators, but
it was naive for Jimmy to operate under, if Best Buy hired him to manage, he must be clean. Yeah, I know. That's a crazy thing that he did when he had like 6 employees and didn't have a full company with like a fucking full HR department. Yeah, dude, yeah. That was a totally stupid move that he made like half a decade ago. I would hope that he doesn't do stuff like that now.
of them literally just said to me like, well, it's not really.
Yeah, dude, when he was like 21, his mom ran the HR department. He didn't make a lot of good financial decisions. He just assumed that a location such as Best Buy wouldn't have a registered sex offender on payroll. I can't imagine anyone who'd make a similar mistake to that when they're early up and coming in their career.
Really cool to like you or defend you right now. So I don't really care whether or not it's true, or I don't want to take the video down because then people are going to think I'm controlled opposition. And I was like, whoa.
Delaware actually appeared in multiple MrBeast videos, and met the crew due to previously working at the local Best Buy of Chris.
You're doing what Denims did just now? He gave you a literal descriptor as to why he didn't know that. Yeah, he probably didn't run background checks on employees. That's probably something that he didn't do. I would hope he does that now in current day.
His brother-in-law, Jake the Viking, was the one to tell the story.
Now, so real quick, so for people that might not know, just a quick version, how did you even get...
The alternative is that Jimmy knowingly hired a sex offender because he wanted him to manage his company and destroy his future reputation. Like, I'm sorry. I think it's more, like, I literally think it's probably more likely that it was something that they did when they were a smaller company that was extremely stupid because they believed that that Best Buy conducted background checks. Yeah, it's probably more likely that he, like, secretly wanted to work with a pedophile and put him in a management role over his content.
Connected with MrBeast and the MrBeast channel.
Yeah, I think he knew. I think that you are, like, developmentally disabled.
Brother-in-law hired as their manager.
Interesting.
He was the sales manager at the Best Buy in Greenville. And then when Jimmy started blowing up, Chris worked at Best Buy with my brother-in-law, so they already had a relationship there. And then when Jimmy started blowing up on YouTube, he was going to Best Buy to get supplies. And so then every time I would go there, my brother-in-law would take care of him.
I hope you got enough. I legitimately,
I
I wish I could go back in time and give you enough oxygen at birth to come up with a better argument.
Was a big time YouTuber. I want to be in with that. And then when they had to fire their manager for an altercation that took place on a boat. I think it was like the Fortnite in the middle of the ocean video.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, because he like pushed someone into the water. He pushed Turner or someone in.
And Jake the Viking too. Jake the Viking was so gung ho on this until he revealed that his brother-in-law was it his brother-in-law? That like he was like dude, Jimmy hired a sex offender. You know how I know? Dude, guess how I know? Please guess, dude. Please guess how I know that Jimmy hired a sex offender. And they're like, how, Jake? And he's like, well, it's not a story I'd like to tell.
And they had to fire him for basically assault.
Yeah, dude, Jake the Viking was like psychotic here.
At work. And when they did that, they asked my brother-in-law to come on to be their manager.
That previous manager was the one who got mad that Chris and Jimmy were joking about raping his kid. So essentially, they swapped out the guy who hates child rape jokes with someone who raped a child. Awesome. Cool. Glad this guy is working on a channel primarily watched by kids. Speaking of...
And this is totally fair. Yeah, this is totally fair.
What's appropriate for kids? Why the fuck was Chris hanging out with Finster and Ella Hollywood? Both being...
Dude, there's a difference between saying Jimmy shouldn't hire a registered sex offender, and that's, like, unacceptable, versus Jimmy clearly knew he was hiring a child predator to bring into his fucking multi-million-dollar business that he hopes to build in the future, right? Like, I mean, obviously this is early. It wasn't as big as it was now. But I think there's like a huge difference between Jimmy knew and wanted to work with a pedophile, and Jimmy should never ever have done that under any circumstance, and should have like checked his fucking employees.
Speaking of what's appropriate for kids, why the fuck was Chris hanging out with Finster and Ella Hollywood? Both being transgender porn stars who no child should watch. Ella was known for gooning with a well-known pedo named Giggly Goon Clown.
The Giggly Goon Clown lore, I think there's like a Turkey Tom video about this. It is like depraved.
Who was known to pink pill minors, which is the act of convincing someone they're trans for sexual gratification. Finster used to be...
Yeah, the Finster stuff also got kind of weird. I forgot what Finster did, but they got like canceled, right?
A somewhat family-friendly...
The Giggly Goon Clown Tom video is fucking crazy. You should watch that.
Minecraft YouTuber, who became a femboy and later started taking HRT. Some assume this was due to the massive amount of donations they'd get while dressed as a woman, including some from a pay pig known as 10 Muses. Despite originally having a younger audience, he very openly does porn. Finster will later disavow his friendship with Ella and Ava, seemingly after loads of backlash from the wider internet.
And shortly after that controversy, communication very quickly slowed, with both of them. Ava didn't want to talk to Soda, brand risk. Ava didn't want to talk to me, brand risk did.
The Turkey Tom video on Giggly is informative, but the info is psychotic. It literally is, yeah.
It didn't fit the branding image of MrBeast, which is fair enough. I was told that going into when we did the shoot in Tokyo. I was just sort of a standby. I was never going to be in the video because, obviously, I'm not exactly a kid-safe content creator. I'm not exactly PG. It was very quickly and very rightfully at the point where kind of no one talks to each other out of that photo anymore. But that photo does exist, and good God, it will haunt me forever.
So, what's Chris been up to now? Well, not really much. She's mainly been uploading to her YouTube channel.
Really? Wait, Kris Tyson's still posting? Are you serious?
Channel multiple times, trying to flood it with a lot of hate. Instead of simply turning it off, she's resorted to renaming her channel
Kris Tyson fan page? Are you kidding?
multiple times, trying to make people think it's an unaffiliated channel. She's trying to take responsibility away from her own content, and make it seem like a fan is uploading her videos, but nobody is buying it. It has to be the most depressing channel on YouTube. Like, a lot of the content on here is just Kris reacting to MrBeast videos, silently coping about how they can't participate in them anymore.
Yeah, why they keep giving back a shot?
Wait, are you serious? I didn't even know this. Like, reminiscing on the good old days? That is so pathetic.
Tense, and it flat out sucks. Terrible editing, barely any reactions given, and no actual personality. Kris seems lifeless.
I'm gonna play with Chief. Order DoorDash. Take a nap.
I need to react to that content. I need to go see. I didn't even know.
Mainstream was a debunking video. Huh, maybe Kris can disprove all the allegations made against them. I have a lot of faith. Let's check it out.
Hello?
I just want to double check. Do you actually like kids?
Yes, I love it.
That is true.
See? How many times are you gonna ask that?
Do you watch them? Ooh.
Yes, true. Sorry.
Would you date someone your age?
Why would I do that? No.
True.
Hell no.
Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious.
Or new chocolate bar?
Yes, I love it.
That is true.
See? How many times are you gonna ask that?
By the way, look, I like Jimmy as much as everybody else. I'm not a fan of the chocolate bars. That's how you know I like Ricky's hot sauce. Okay, I'll give you the truth, all right? I am not a fan of the chocolate bars.
Okay, I just had to double check.
When we post a video, do you watch them?
Ooh.
Only if I'm in it.
Kris.
What do you want from me?
True.
Sorry. What am I supposed to watch it without me in it? Why would I do that?
Was Jimmy a good roommate?
No.
That is a lie.
What? He never cleaned up.
Liar!
Apparently Jimmy's a
Wait, why would you lie about that?
good roommate. Maybe I was the bad roommate.
It's like you're trying to fucking... Dude, you're trying to trick a polygraph right now. That's why you have to lie about stupid shit to mess up the results.
Oh my goodness.
It's like Arrow, and it's when he lied about like something in the beginning when he was, "Are you the Green Arrow?"
I mean, Jimmy wasn't the one hanging lolly porn on the wall.
But listen, you're watching too much lowly hentai, and
Oh my god, come on. Dude, they were getting fucking Hank in all of this.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather you do meth at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kris really saved her reputation by debunking that meme video. After that, I'm sure Jimmy would love to bring her back on the MrBeast channel. Kris would seemingly release another video addressing the allegations, but it's just clickbait. It's just 4 minutes of Kris and Eric discussing skirts. And yes, Eric has stayed by her thick and thin, which, hey, is pretty ballsy. The most recent development is that Kris wants to become a male VTuber.
What? Is that like detransitioning for VTubers? Wait, that's so weird. Yeah, because like VTubers are typically like grown men using like voice modulators, pretending to be like little children, girls, right? Now we've got a trans woman doing VTubing as a guy. That's like breaking the mold.
Clearly done to bring in new viewers somehow.
Usually like 50-year-old men pretend to be like 6-year-old girls. Isn't that like what VTubing is?
Hello. Welcome to a new video. I'm doing great. And yeah, this is my new avatar for the channel. So, yep, this avatar is going to be permanent.
What the fuck? Yo, BBB, hello.
All my videos from now on. And by the way, this is my new voice.
You'll be hearing it in all my videos from now on.
I'm sorry, I triggered some people. I didn't mean 6-year-old. I meant depicted as 6 years old, but actually 3,000 and definitely graduated high school or something. Whatever you guys say. Whatever you guys need to do.
All right, enough with the intro. Today, we're going to react to some funny memes from the
Yeah, this is literally a horrible VTuber model. What the fuck?
internet. Without wasting any more time...
That's what all VTubers are? Yeah, I mean, like, literally, yeah.
Let's jump right into the video. All right, she's running...
Dude, every VTuber is Camden Gerard Davis.
Oh. She tripped? She literally tripped over that little rope and just fell.
This is bizarre.
Yeah, I'm sure this will work, Kris. Just keep grinding out the slop, and you'll be just as big as MrBeast. I don't know what her ultimate goal is here.
This is like if iDubbbz came back to content and like made a VTuber as a black guy. That's exactly what this is. If iDubbbz came back and his VTube avatar was a black guy.
Is she trying to rebrand? Does she need the money? Does she have another job? Or is she just going to be living off the MrBeast money for the next few decades? Either way, I think Kris still wants some form of positive attention, and is failing to get—
There's no emotion in that VTuber's fucking... What is happening?
Nobody—
It looks horrible.
Who wants to associate with her anymore, besides maybe a few small corners of the trans community. Legitimately one of the biggest falloffs in YouTube history. Now she's reduced to a channel making AI slop, picking up the breadcrumbs left by MrBeast, trying to make things feel like the old times. The good times, when people respected her as a Christian family man, who brought a lot of energy to the MrBeast channel. Mind you, her fall off would have happened regardless if she was trans or not. She's always had a shit ton of skeletons in her closet. A closet that exists inside of a glass house.
I would agree with that. I think there's a lot. Again, like, we were criticizing this like fucking this Kris Tyson lolicon thing for like years. People just ignored it. They're like, you're just mad because she's trans. And it's like, no, she had like lolicon on the wall of her fucking house, framed as like a centerpiece to her living room. I feel like, yeah, no, I think that like, even if Kris Tyson was Kris Tyson still with a C, I'm pretty sure this was always coming.
Her strange online behavior just made others want to break her glass house quicker, leading to everything crumbling down. Or maybe this VTuber thing will work out, and she'll take over Nuxtaku's role of being the lolly-obsessed gooner of 2 million
Thank you! Holy fuck, dude, I love Rob's Media.
subs.
Amazing. 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 Go watch Rob's Media, chat.
Please stop asking to have MrBeast burger for dinner. I make great, healthy vegan burgers.
Okay, I'm gonna take that endorsement back because of whatever I just had to witness.
Stop saying you wish your dad was Chris the mean god. Your real father, David, is a plumber and someone to be looked up to.
What is happening right now?
Because he makes a difference in society. Son, you need to heed my warning. You're young, your brain's still forming, and father knows best. Forget MrBeast.
Where is this from? What is that an AI? It's an AI song, surely. It has to be an AI song, right? The song gets stuck in my head. I've never heard this before. You've never seen the meme? No. It's Cold Ones? Coco Melon. This is the vegan teacher? Is it? The vegan teacher, bro. Who made like 1 billion videos on the vegan teacher? Like, hey, dude, the vegan teacher is like fucking cringe as shit, dude. We're gonna make a 50th video on the vegan teacher. Grinding it harder than I grinded EHD. MrBeast song? Is that what we're talking about here? Don't watch MrBeast nursery rhyme? That's this?
There are millions of views, but tell me, what would Jesus do?
Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
You see, he's not a Christian channel. Does he like the number of man? I'll bet somewhere he has a 666 tattoo.
This is good. I'll check this out offline. I'm not gonna play the whole thing now. That's funny.